I think you just missed it. I'm sorry. Mm, 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 mm. All right, I don't think I need to change any of your stuff on that end. Whoa. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, we are out here. Everything's working. Everything's not muted. So last time you finished clearing out the sewers. I'll just pull up that map just for visual reminders. You finished out clearing the sewer hideout for the Xanathar's Guild. Boom, 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 boom. Gosh darn it! Sorry, this has happened more than once. My Roll20 glitches, and then it gets in this like loading loop. So now I have to reopen those windows. One moment. I'm not sure what's making it do that. It's almost like
We
every
should
time
make
I
this
get
hideout
this.
ours.
Hmm? Already franchising for things we don't even know about yet, right?
Eh,
No,
In the
hypothetically,
sewer?
Well, we could just crash here. I mean, if we man the doors and the guard posts, then
If
it's
you want to
ours.
sleep 20 feet from a river of shit, then be my guest.
The cultists seem to like it, or the criminals.
Yeah, it's a great idea to take up the Xanathar Guild's secret base. Totally. 100%.
So before you
Well,
guys started
pretty.
arguing, moving in, so you cleared it out, right? Fought some goblins, had a very scary encounter where you found a mind flayer, tentacle face monster dude, humanoid, at the end of the bit of the crawl. But he seemed to disappear while a little mage, half orc, and some brains on legs fought you all. Scary monsters, but they never rolled well, and you all did really great saves and such. So you pretty much cleared them out without too much of a problem. I think I did knock one or two of you out with like a critical hit there, here or there, but otherwise made it through it straightforward. Where the mind flayer dude went, you assume maybe perhaps he went through the secret door on the way out. Either way, he was like, "I'm out. You guys got this." Exploring the tunnels a little bit more, you did find some secret access points to this little hideout. One of them seems to be underneath some sort of brewery, small batch something, but you upon more investigation, seems like maybe a family lives upstairs. Another room that you poked your head into, there was like a creepy voice that was just like, "You do not belong here." And you're like, we're good, we're good. Let's go." And he just kind of pushed right past it, understandably so. And at the end of it, though, more importantly, you had found a gentleman named Floon, who Volo had hired you all to find, though you had tracked these folks by the forward foresight of Graph and hunters marking some thugs and the yawning portal, and you had tracked them. So serendipitously, by fate, you found Floon there and rescued him, brought him back to Volo, but apparently he gave you all a story that a gentleman named Renaud
Never Ember.
Neverember was also captured that night after they had been hanging out with Volo. And he is a Lord Renaud Neverember, son of a Lord Adgot Neverember, a former leader of the city, what they'd call an open lord. And he had gone to Neverwinter, but all the other lords and ladies of Waterdeep pretty much ousted him because of their perceived him, maybe doing dubious things, whatever it was. I don't think your characters know the details, but he was essentially kicked out, and leadership was replaced. And so he seems to have been captured because of his relationship to this former Lord of Waterdeep. Neverember. And so Volo did plead with you all that though you've done a good deed with Floon, can you please continue into rescuing Renar? And Floon did mention a shop when they were attacked. A shop with all these strange purple aesthetics to it, and the dock ward. So that is a clue and the lead to that. Also, more importantly, Volo was like, I had gold for you all, but instead I have this deed to a place called Troll Skull Manor in the North Ward district. And you all did not give him too much pushback, which he was grateful for. So either the next morning, I think, you've agreed to meet with him to go ahead and sign over the deed. And then, so I think he wants to do that in the morning, if I remember correctly. And then the next evening, Yagra, the orc lady who hired you on the spot, is supposed to meet up with you in the evening at Yawning Portal to give you the rest of your reward, which is 400 gold for clearing it. So, yeah, so a meeting with, it's still that evening, right? We're still in the Yawning Portal. Let me go ahead and pull the map back over to all that. Yeah, so still evening that evening, literally you've all met, and like hours later, you've cleared out Xanthar's guild, have gotten jobs, promised a whole bunch of gold, and yeah, so the next morning, supposed to meet Volo to go to the Magister and get everything signed over, and then in that evening of that day, you're supposed to meet with Yagra, who was very interested, right, in Floon, because we'll try and keep track of all these factions, right? We're now getting into the factions. You cleared off the Xanathars. Yagra works for the Zentarum, and the Zentarum had captured Floon and Renar, and the Xanathars guild went and got them and then kidnapped them from the Zentarum. So she was very interested in why her people, she apparently seemingly wasn't in the know of what was happening, but went, oh, my people want these people, so I need to figure out what's going on with that also, and what mess is going on. So she's definitely also invested in perhaps what's happening with this Renar fellow. Oh yeah, and the other faction that was mentioned is the Lord's Alliance, that Volo thinks that Renar, Neverember as a lord, is probably a member of. And the Lord's Alliance is like the NATO of all the city-states on the Sword Coast, a political alliance.
But is it a secret alliance?
No,
Is it
I wouldn't say secret. I think it's enough. It's a D&D world, right? Enough dangers and armies and evils have arisen enough to know that, like, oh, even though we're all independent, when things go bad, the Lord Alliance just pulls us together and we act cooperatively to stop the end of the world. Yeah, so members and such might be secret, right? They might have their own spy network and stuff, but the Lord's Alliance as a concept, we all know about NATO. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
Got it.
So it's a lot of info dump. Anything anybody wants like to mention or point out from the last session worth mentioning? Yeah. So
I was just thinking. I can't think of anything.
yeah. We'll bring back into the moment where Volo has walked away, and for you all to figure out, either start talking about what you want next moves, what you want to do, and how you want to tackle your task ahead and appointments.
I'm thinking of Shazam movie. Like, we have a lair. Like, let's go check out the lair.
Well, unfortunately, at the moment, it is not ours yet.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't mean we can't go check it out.
I think that's called breaking and entering.
I mean, if
yes.
Volo's the one that owns it, we could just say, hey, Volo, let's go and check this place out real quick.
Yeah, he's got the deed.
We gotta get that 400 gold though.
We could do that tomorrow. What do you say we meet back tomorrow morning? Get the deed transferred over to us. We could check the place out until evening. Gotta meet with Yagra.
That's reverse.
well-
Yagra's in the morning, isn't it? isn't she?
Yagra's the evening, Volo's in the morning.
But are we agreeing to accept this gift sight unseen? I love that I can use like bigger words now. I hadn't quite found Udaada's voice yet, but like now it's gonna be even harder.
Love it. Must not speak like barbarian now.
Right.
Much hard to do.
Yeah, that
Suddenly-
pauper's probably not got anything else of value. At the very least, the place to lay your head's a good spot.
Still sounds better than my goblin.
What's your goblin sound?
I have no idea. I was just saying it's like the grammar is, like my grammar is so poor in goblin. It's kind of like saying, much hard.
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah, apparently goblins are French.
Parlez-vous goblin say?
Fromage.
Enchanté, mademoiselle.
Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
I love that there's a certain generation that omelette du fromage is just going to be ingrained in our brains for the rest of our lives. Omelette du fromage.
Jus de pomme.
I don't think he has anything left to offer us. Who knows? Maybe it's a good place. Maybe we can flip it.
Flip this tavern.
Not this tavern.
Graf is gonna make sure Durnan's not giving them the side eye with the flip this tavern.
You peek over there, but he seems to be in an animated conversation with the barmaid Bonnie, and kind of pointing out at the guests and everything.
Right, well, it's been a nice day, but I got a place I need to be, so I'll see you all in the morning.
What does have a good night. Sleep tight, sir.
Good night. We'll see you in the morning.
What does Bonnie look like? She's got
Bonnie's like she's a redheaded, pale-skinned, freckled lass. She's moving, bustling about.
Is she wearing a red and wing?
No, she's not actually.
Gingers are automatically a 5, so you know.
No.
Oh, that's
You take D inspiration for that, Brent. You don't realize I'm a ginger.
Damn, I already have inspiration. And no, I don't know
No, you
that.
take D inspiration. You're gonna get a
ginger.
disadvantage your next roll. No, I'm just messing.
Oh, gosh. What, you don't like gingers? Is that the problem?
I am a ginger.
Well, yeah, but
I
that's what
am
I'm
a
saying is no
ginger
matter
as
how
well.
ugly you are automatically a 5. That's what
Oh,
I'm getting.
wait, are you doing a 5
think
out of
what you're
5
saying-
or 5 out
no,
of
no,
10?
no.
Oh, I thought you were doing 5 out of
Sorry,
10. I was like,
that's
all right,
the-
bro. Just bring him,
Yeah,
throw him
that's
down.
the basement, though. What I'm saying is the basement for a redhead is 5.
You're
He's
saying
saying
the
the
floor
floor.
is 5.
The floor
you
is 5.
saying it's automatically a 5 just
Oh, okay.
Automatically-
sounds like you're just
automatically
saying
at
it.
least
So you
a
said
5.
Are you roll a persuasion check for me or deception check, your choice. Robert and Chad just said I'm a beautiful.
Well, and especially the
gorgeous
way you
redhead.
described her, right? Like, okay, red hair, pale.
No,
skin,
yeah,
freckled. Like,
she
all
is.
right, come
Yeah,
on.
she is pretty in her own way. She's not very winchy in not in the tropey way, but she is very pretty in her own right for sure.
Can you
It doesn't
describe
matter.
her
It's
build?
still a sub channel on Pornhub, so.
What's her build like? She tall, skinny?
She's
Skinny?
she's a little bit more slim, but she does have like, well, go and roll either a perception or insight check.
Does she have a Kentucky accent?
If I knew how to do a
Ah.
Kentucky accent, I would. But it'll probably come when we meet her. She'll probably come out southern some way. So beyond that, that's she's a slight build, but she's not like sickly skinny. She's just average.
Toned.
Yeah, toned. Yeah, and she is bustling back and forth all and through the busy night. Right, this is still the night of the fight, and so there is a bit of more of a celebrative Tory atmosphere. But if it helps, she does like swing by the table and ask for anybody. You know, want any drinks? Any food?
I'll have one.
And there it is.
Clipper and chips? Anything like that sort? Shadow?
I'll take a beer.
A beer.
An
Shadow
ale.
Dark? Shadow Dark ale okay for you?
Surprise me. Pick your favorite.
All right, I will.
And you look kind of familiar. You from around here?
No, I've actually just recently moved into town. No, so you must be mistaking me for somebody else, but I think I've seen you here in the Yawning Portal on occasion.
Well, you'll probably see a little more of me in the future.
I'd like to roll a persuasion check. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sure I will. Anybody else would like any more drinks or that sort?
I think I'm gonna bounce. It's see you guys in the morning, I guess. It's been real.
I too must rest. Morning meditation comes early.
Neither of you want to throw coins into the yawning portal with me?
Cora speaks up. She's like, I'll throw a coin in, but then I should also be getting to sleep.
Okay.
You're like, we're gonna continue partying. Everyone's like, oh, time for bed. Yeah, so for simplicity, you all start kind of spreading out. So Bonnie does bring back a drink, and I'm not saying that it's not done for you if you wanted to do any other angles with Bonnie, Zaba, but everyone else starts to kind of drift off. You and Cora like flip some coins over the edge. It takes a while before you finally hear the echo coming back up, but you also know down at the bottom a little bit of smell wafting even this far up of a decaying dead troll down there somewhere. And Cora
Well,
gives you a good night. Fist bumps.
Good night. And I think my plane crashed and burned for the night, so I will turn in as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like she's giving you any extra attention or any sidelong glances. She's just going about it, trying to stay busy. Her and Durden.
Durnan.
All right, so everyone's gone to bed, but I believe Graf would like to get into something.
Yeah.
Your choice. Do you want to do this in the secrets room, or do you want everyone as the audience to be able to witness? Witness.
The secret room.
All right. It's secret until Justin listens to the VOD tomorrow, but no. So I think this is the first time this has come up with our group. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move. If I move me and Riley into the secret room, it breaks my VOD program. So I'm going to kick all of you out and then bring you back in when we're done. But so bear with us. Yeah, everything's kind of... there we go.
Well, there goes Justin, and there go Brent.
My screen or my
Kev.
menu was too small, and I couldn't drag and drop into the other channel. All right, actually, let me do one thing real quick. All right, let's pull up a map of Waterdeep. Because I kind of want to establish with you where this person is in Waterdeep. So you can see where you're all at the Yawning Portal. Trades Ward is, just real quick, rough. Trades Ward, middle class. Dock Ward, lower class. North Ward, upper middle class, noble. It's a bit of a hodgepodge. Sea Ward, very upper class. Castle Ward, very upper class. And then the very far north is the Field Ward. That's the I say this not derogatory, but slums out there.
Yeah,
So
I just scroll up, and the first thing I see is Shanty Lane.
yeah, up in the field ward, like you're from the town or from the you're from Waterdeep, so field ward is like literally like there's it's literally a district that's grown on the outside. It doesn't even have its official. There's no sewer system. There's no plumbing. There's nothing out there. So it's a different flavor of even dock ward. So I'm imagining them either in the castle ward or the sea ward. And I kind of lean towards the sea ward just for the ominous of it, because the sea ward kind of sits a little bit elevated on a hill, a little bit more we're above the station of everyone below.
Sounds good to me.
And so I do still want to give a little bit of mystery about it and whatnot. So at this point, and this is a discussion, I'm not saying this is how it's going to be. At this point, you've, I don't know, I don't think you know who they are specifically, but you do know, quote unquote, where they live, right? So it's up to you if and when you want to do any information gathering on that. Would you like to do an investigation check to see if you know anything ahead of time?
No, I think Graf, with how much he was caught off guard, is kind of scared off of trying to find more information on this guy. Because
Thanks.
the one time he tried to interact with this guy, trying to kill him, he got kidnapped and
so his
forced
intimidation
into
check has been
working for him.
successful.
Yes.
Right, yeah. Excellent. So as the evening's going through, you do still hear as you pass, pretty long walk for you, right? So it's going to take you an hour or two to cross the city. And as you pass through it, you do hear the shouts of other fights still ongoing, some out in the streets with people gathering. So it's a good night also not to be seen, because there's a lot of activity, even as the evening's getting deeper. Like I'd say like midnight's coming up pretty soon. And you make it up, and you've come to the mats up there. It's not the biggest, it's not the most elegant, but it's a respectable size, a little bit smaller than the others up in the Sea Ward. But you do recognize, and you do remember where you were released out the back courtyard into the alleyways. And you do, is this your first time checking back in?
Yes.
Excellent. So how do you want to go about this? Are you sneaking in? Are you just making yourself blazing? Because you'd have household guards and such.
I think you said that he was released from basically the backyard, right?
Yeah, like a little courtyard gate. Like there's stone walls, right? Very protective. And so there would have been like a little side gate, iron gate in the wall, the stone wall itself they would have released you out of.
And did you say that there were any guards there?
Yeah, there's normally a guard stationed at that entrance, just on the inside.
I think Graf is gonna walk up to the guard.
So you kind of like he's inside.
Remember.
So he's like, you're outside on the streets, and there's like the iron gate there in the wall itself. So you have to kind of lean in and whisper in or get his attention. And he kind of walks over.
Hey, you. All right. I'm Graf. The man should know who I am and what
I
I'm here for.
recognize you. If you have
Right.
anything for the master, you can leave a note and I'll pass it on to him.
All right. Well, I've not made any progress yet on what I was hoping to find, but this information might be useful to him nonetheless. There's half-orc Zentarum. Goes by the name... Sec, will I actually look at it
Yagra.
again? Goes by the name Yagra. Turns out, she and some of Xanathar's guys were after Renar Neverember. Now, some of the Zentarum captured Renar, and a irrelevant person who was happening to be with him at the time. But then Xanathar's guys came in, swooped up, killed, I think, the Zentarum, and took the nobody. But we don't know what happened with Renar. But he was kidnapped originally, and the nobody by the Xanathars, they were kidnapped to find some dragons, like a vault, I guess, or something like that.
The guard's just like listening very quietly. There's a little bit of torchlight and deep shadows, shadowy conversation, and shadowy corners. And he kind of
Aye,
nods.
many shadows. But what was interesting, now, I was trying to get some information in the Yawning Portal when some of the Xanathar's guys jumped Yagra. Me, not knowing who any of them were, thought might be a good idea to make some friends, tracked them down for Yagra and found their hideout. It was not too far from the Yawning Portal in the sewers. And in there, of course, they had the nobody that they had kidnapped instead of Renar, as well as a mind flayer, according to Yagra. The tentacly beastie. Generous shape of a man, but forehead as large as 3 men's and tentacles for a mustache.
The guard like shifts a little uncomfortably with your descriptions. Are you still listening?
Aye. But, of course, we go in, we get the nobody. Turns out, he was traveling with Renar when they were kidnapped. They're looking for that dragon's vault or whatever it is. And Renar is still missing. So, that's about all I got at the moment. But I think Yagra might be a good one to work with, I think. Just try and get some more information.
The guard just like he sighs. First off, I assume you've taken precautions to not be followed.
Hey, of course.
I'd like you to roll a stealth check.
What was that?
Roll a stealth check for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
15. I'm just gonna take it, even though I do have the inspiration.
Next
Aye,
time,
of course.
write all that down. I'll pass it on to him as best as I can. That's a fucking lot. But I think I got the bones of it.
Aye. The important stuff, at least, is, well, important. Thereafter, Renar never remember. And may have made a friend who, so far, does not know that whoever I'm in contact with, shall we say.
Got it. Anything else?
If you need to drop me a package at any point, any information without me having to come by or having somebody to meet me in person, we have, with the saving that nobody, gotten a bit of property. Could have a courier
What's the address?
deliver any. I'll have it tomorrow, and I'll bring it back. I'll write it down and bring it here for you.
And he keeps nodding. Like you can get the impression this guy is very much just recording information, doing his job, but not like he's not giving too much advice or commentary, right? He's just like, I'm going to be the in between with the information. So he just keeps like nodding and anything else.
So,
I'd like you to roll a
Nah.
perception check.
perception. I'm gonna re-roll that with my inspiration. That was even worse. 13.
13. 13 doesn't give you any gleaming, anything, but you do hear like the sounds of speaking and talking coming from deeper inside the manor just for like a brief second, some mumbled voices, and then whatever it was, it seems like you see like a little bit of light moving through one of the windows from where you are. Just, I'm sure you had been curious eyes peeking at the manor house just beyond, but you don't see anything extra or anything particular. Just signs of life inside.
All right. Well, like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll write down the information that I told you just to make sure any details that he needs to know are absolutely written down, given to him, as well as the address for the property.
I'm not one for giving too advice to the context of the master, but you do good to track down some paper birds. It'll make your job a lot easier. It'll be more
Track down some what?
paper birds. Roll a history check.
History. 5.
You have no idea what a paper bird is. There'll be more. And they'll have to make the trek here, and there'll be less chance of people spotting you. That's how we like to do business.
Graf is. You can see. The guard can probably see Graf mentally processing it before Graf says, "Alright, but I'm not sure how letter origami is going to help here."
He just kind of, I'd like you to roll a persuasion check.
16.
16. You must be new to this business. You need to find paper birds, the magical letters. The courier letters.
Oh,
You'll definitely know.
so basically a magical form of a homing pigeon or something like that.
Yes. I don't
write
know
the
where you
letter
can
that
get
goes where it
them,
needs.
but you should find them. Instructions weren't clear, so won't make a big deal out of it, but only come back if it's a dire emergency that you don't trust the paper.
That sounds good to me. You know anywhere I can get any?
That's up to you to find it.
All right.
And he just kind of, he's getting very stern, a little glary. He's not trying to be super rude, but he's just very much like, are you done?
Hi. I'll be sending that paper bird next chance I get.
And he kind of nods and turns and kind of turns for a little bit, and he turns and looks at you, and you can tell he's waiting for you to leave.
Oh yeah, as soon as he breaks off, Graf is gonna take the cue and walk back to the yawning portal.
Excellent. So he slips away. Anything else?
Trying to think. It's about what time is it at this point?
At this point, it's probably like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. It's getting really late.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's just going straight to the yawning portal and getting a room for the night.
Getting a room for the night. All right. And bring everyone back. Yeah, boy, on now.
Just
We back,
listening
we
the whole
back.
time on the pod.
Secrets. Yeah, and so everyone will have that choice too, because I do encourage having secretive backstories. Some of ours maybe more secretive than others. So if you ever want to have like a touch onto your backstory moment, like Riley literally messaged me and was like, "Hey, I want to do this thing with my backstory," and he got to dictate how he wanted it to go. So secrets make friends in the end. Excellent. Anything else for anyone this evening before we fast forward to the next morning? So with that, actually, let's get into the simulation a little bit here. So you would have to get rooms. It sounds like for some of you at the Yawning Portal. Dernan will give you all a discount because of your recent good deed, but he does state it's for tonight. He doesn't give it to you for free, but it will be 3 copper to get a room for that evening. So who would like to actually do that?
We're sharing a room.
It's up to you all. I was in the impression everyone was breaking off to their own rooms because strangers.
Does he have
Uh,
like? Yeah, because I guess we don't really know each other that well at this point.
I mean, I have family in Waterdeep. I was just gonna go there.
Cool. That's totally fine.
Yeah, I mean, I must stay somewhere. I don't know how that works. Would like my ship have a place where we would stay when we were in port, or?
Well, yeah. So you don't, or correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't have an active ship, right? You're
Oh yeah, not anymore.
Right.
I forgot. That's just
yeah. So the closest thing you would probably had to a home was your master's dwelling slash. You could like,
Poland.
and you can decide this, right? You can say like, yeah, I've got a dingy apartment somewhere, and I'd spend 10 copper a month on rent or something like that. Like you could say that you have your own apartment, right? You all can establish how much roots you have in the city. I think Coro is probably, it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, considering that my master has that like cave dwelling thing on the side of the mountain, and the orphanage is right by the mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and I volunteer there all the time. I don't know if they would, since I volunteer and help out and stuff there, if they would maybe have a room for me.
I'm fine with that. If you like the idea of them having was gratuitous, not the right word, but a thankful, well, like, oh yes, you're always welcome to stay here whenever you'd like to. Dada.
Yeah, that kind of
You're
thing.
always
Like, I'm
welcome.
going to be off and about, but when I'm here, I'm going to be not just helping the kids, but if you need heavy stuff carried or, whatever.
And that sometimes there's not enough space for everyone, but you're always welcome. We always could put out a cot for you. The kids always like it when you come by.
Thank you. Very much appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. If you need to get away from the children, you can always go on the back somewhere, and we've got the one horse, and he does have a nice stable. If you want to be outside, kids can be a little rambunctious in the evenings, but you're welcome.
I like spending time with people smaller than me.
Must not be too many people, Mr. Udada. You're such a big man.
Yeah. Big man.
And this is Ms. Molly that you're speaking to.
Ms. Molly.
Just a rotund halfling lady with like a bonnet on. Just not a nun, but kind of gives you that kind of vibe, her job in life is to take care of the orphanage.
Thank you, Miss Molly. Those are very kind words.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more kind than you understand.
Absolutely, Udada. We're very much grateful. So I've got to get back to him, but just come back whenever you need. And this for me, this is like a flashback or like a step back in time. This evening, you're like, yeah, I got a place to stay. So, do you want to go to the orphanage this evening?
Yeah, that's where I'll probably head off to. I mean, it's just up the road.
Yeah, it's super late at night, right? At this point, it's past midnight when you finally make it back to the orphanage. You go up. It does seem mostly quiet this late in the evening. This orphanage, I'd like to think. How about this? I'm going to let you choose. So the dock ward, and I'm going to give you the broad strokes of the different districts. Dock ward, low income, the poor district. Trades ward, middle class. Also has a little bit of more of the immigrants is not the right word, like displaced folks, expats, I think is like the word I'm looking for, from other places. Castle Ward is governmental, higher upper class. Sea Ward is very upper class. It's even up like on a hill overlooking the city with all its snobbery. North Ward is a little bit of mixture of everything. So I'm like, I could see the orphanage being an official government thing, so it
No,
could be in the Castle Ward,
there's one on
or
the map that I used. That's why
oh
I
yeah,
chose it.
right.
Yeah, hold on. On the interactive map, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Because it's called Starry Cradles Orphanage. You could probably find something on one of the D&D websites about it. It's a Dock
Say it one
Ward
more time.
orphanage run by
Starry what?
Starry Cradles
Cradles.
Orphanage is a Dock Ward orphanage run by matron Griselda Hoppleton, a halfling caretaker, and funded by the House of the Moon and Selûnite clergy thereof. That's the little thing it has on the Waterdeep interactive map at AD&D. I don't know if you use that.
I use a little bit of, I don't like, the map I have showing for you guys is the one I directly reference. I'm not saying you shouldn't use that, because I'm totally fine with that. Like, oh yeah, cool. Obviously, like, I'm gonna stick to Miss Molly just because I like Miss Molly better.
Sure, no, that's
The
cool.
kind of thing, but
and who knows what time frame when this map was made, you know?
Right, Starry Cradles Orphanage. Yeah, and so this is one of those things where it's like, I pull from official stuff. I love the Forgotten Realm, so I like the hard details, but then we change it if we want. And if you like the details for that, I'm like, there's no skin on my teeth, so the Dock Ward. Obviously, Miss Molly would need help, so
I'm dropping a link to the map in case anybody cares to see the one that I kind of was using when I was developing my backstory.
Yes, love it.
So, I like to think I leave the tavern and kind of.
One second. I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but I had something for Udahada as he goes to the orphanage in the Dock Ward, right? The Dock Ward being a little bit lower class. Again, I've kind of described it before, I think, to somebody, probably one of the players when we're talking backstory. So it's the kind of play like, yeah, there's a light system in Waterdeep. You know, the Lamplighters Guild goes around, and near the Yawning Portal, all the lights are lit up, but not too many blocks away from the Yawning Portal, things start to go a little downhill. And it's just like, yeah, there's lamp posts because the city had them, but the candles don't last long in Dock Ward, right? The poor and other scrupulous figures end up stealing them. So they put them in sometimes, but then they're usually pretty far gone. So at this point, it's getting very dark and spoopy. And so does Udahada just kind of trust through his senses, or does he kind of walk around with a lamp? Because that's what you would kind of see in the, and again, as you walk through, even in the Dock Ward, there's people are still celebrating, especially down here later. People are gathered in the streets for like for these organized fights. Maybe these aren't sanctioned by the temples of the Foehammer, but you know, people are still celebrating. So you kind of walk by some folks like really getting into some, oh, they're fighting with daggers. Okay, cool. You know, it's like it's supposed to be like hand-to-hand combat, but people are taking bets and such.
Well, part of me thinks like, unless there's like a moonless, cloudy night, so there's no light, it almost seems to me like walking down the street with a lantern might be more dangerous, because then you can't see into the dark because it ruins your night blindness.
That's fair. Yeah, I like to point that thing out too. Sometimes like people, I'm like, you know, you actually kind of ruins night vision technically, even though it's a trope. Be like, get your realism out of here. So I like that.
So
like,
I mean, as long as there's some light, like I'm not going through complete pitch darkness. I think it makes more sense that he would probably want to be aware, as he's walking, to be able to see things if something were to jump out of an alley or something.
Excellent. So yeah, just a little bit more. You just become a part of the environment, not drawing attention to yourself, just trying to be more at ease and comfortable. I feel like you're probably not too afraid, but you're still, cautious. Sometimes people are stupid. We'll still try to pickpocket the guy who looks like he was in a fight tonight, and just killed some folks down in the sewers and smells like shit. No, again,
and there's always a bigger guy. So, obviously, I know that too.
But you eventually make it to the orphanage, and it is not a lot of lights going on, but you do see one in the upper window, because there's Miss Molly, and then there's the other lady you mentioned.
Yeah, what was her name? Hold on, I got the interactive map still up on my other computer. Her name is Griselda Hoppleton.
Griselda.
Griselda.
So one of them is usually up at night just because in case the kids need anything. So you do see like one lit lantern up in it's a dingy spot, right? Barely holding together. You've probably helped, repair the windows, grease the doors, clean up as best as you can.
Of course.
So you make it in and you move quietly. You can help decide to find this for me, but I like to imagine like all the kids are asleep, but there's one kid who has a hard time sleeping and he's awake when or they are awake, right? Do you want to define like, oh, it's a little halfling girl or a little half orc girl or a little tiefling girl or boy or whatever it is?
I trust you.
Okay, let's go with tiefling because I like to lean into how like tieflings can sometimes be discriminated against. So I like the idea of them maybe.
Absolutely. I like that.
So, you have your cot. Maybe your cot's like literally in the hall, right? There's not a lot of space, but
see that
it's
for
there.
sure.
Yeah. So you kind of like,
it.
and there's the rickety old stairs going up to the upper floor. But you kind of ease in. You have like a key loaned to you by the caretakers, and you lock the door behind you. But as you try to ease into your little dingy cot, you see the little girl, little tiefling girl, red skinned, long horns, sticking her head up from the stairs above. And she's like, "Oh, Mr. Uda."
Do I know her name?
Yeah. Let's make one up on the spot. Have Rosa. I like Rosa.
Hey, shouldn't you be sleeping, Rosa?
Yes, I should be, but I couldn't sleep. There was a lot of noises outside.
Would you like if I told you a story?
Are you going to tell me a story about your fighting again?
Just had some rather interesting interactions this evening.
Oh, were you a part of one of the fights out there, Mr. Uda for the Faux Hammers?
This was more coming to the defense of a person in need.
Oh, I would like to hear the story. We might have to be very quiet so Miss Marley and Miss Griselda don't hear us. And she kind of like comes down the stairs and like.
I was just going to say, would it make more sense for me to go up or for her to come down? I wasn't.
She like kind of comes down and just I like to imagine she's, for you as a character, right? Some of the kids have picked up on the fight or the fact that you're a fighter, and would like definitely notice. Roberts in our
Bruises,
Twitch, our buddy Roberts in chat, he's like, protect Rosa at all costs. Robert has a tendency to get really attached to at least one of our NPCs and then protect them at all costs. Yeah, so yeah, she kind of they notice the bruises. Do you think you're kind of upfront with them about like what you do and that you train in fighting and such? Or I like to imagine the matrons, like maybe like Miss Molly doesn't mind as much that you're talking to, but maybe Griselda, maybe she is a little bit more like, don't talk to the children about that sort of thing. They don't have violence on their mind. Well, the kids are fascinated by like, it took one rumor, right? We're like, oh, you really? Have you fought a dragon before, Miss Uda? But Rose, I feel like particularly maybe is more fascinated by who you are as a person.
Yeah, I think I could see it more like, how my backstory. These were all people who don't have a family. Some of them probably, their family kicked them out. I kind of understand, they're different. They're on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that they need to learn how to take care of themselves. It's a tough world. I mean, this orphanage is in the dock ward, for criminy sake.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think I would have shared with them. But it's not like, oh, this is a story of a drunken brawl. It's more like this story, like, hey, I was in this tavern and there was this person who was surrounded by bad guys and it was an unfair fight and I wanted to go in, and I wouldn't name names or organizations or anything, so I wouldn't get, have witnesses to stuff, but like, we were, in this place and I'm not necessarily right now going to take up a bunch of time with the story, but
Yeah. Do you tell her about the mind flayer? Do you think Udada's more like doesn't realize like maybe this is like a figure you don't describe to kids, or do you think he just kind of does it and was like not thinking in that way?
I think he thinks that, you know, you kind of got to be honest. Like, the world's full of tough things. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't expect to see a mind flayer. Who knows when they might stumble across one?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think he would want to be transparent.
I'm gonna roll for nightmare for child. That's not a criticism. And these are tough kids, right? So like,
yeah. And I think they need to be tougher. So I'm on board with it, you know?
And I like Rosa being fascinated with your personality and stories because she wants to kind of face the dangers and the evils in her life, right? So as you kind of describe it, she does kind of like, sounds very scary, but did you defeat it?
You must know that sometimes the right decision is to not fight something. In this case, I knew that this enemy would be probably more than I could handle, or even the entire group that I was with. Luckily for us, this creature must have had more important things to do, because it left its minions to battle us. And it disappeared. I believe by magic, because it went around a corner and there was a flash of light. So I think some of that wizardry stuff was going on around the corner.
So we should learn to know when not to fight. So you must know your enemy.
Most definitely.
And she does like yawn after your stories and such, and she does like, thank you for preoccupying my mind for my troubles and such. And she gives you like a little hug, and then like goes back upstairs to go to bed. But before she goes, yeah, and as you say that, she kind of stops and says, Miss Molly does say that you're getting better with your letters, but you're a very wise man. And she kind of goes up. And also in my brain, I was like, I like the idea that maybe you weren't very intelligent, smart, right? But you changed your stats. Maybe the matrons of the orphanage had been helping Udaata with his letters, or like, you know, I don't know. No pressure, but like they've been like helping educate him on the side or something.
No, that's kind of cool. No, that's kind of cool. I like it.
All right, now open your book to the history pages there, Uda. No. Excellent. So yeah, you go to sleep at the orphanage in the Dark Ward. Love it. All right, Kevin. Sorry I meant to cut off Zaba, but if you'd like to go ahead.
Well, I'm thinking that, you know, it's so late at night. Getting a room, it's not worth the money because it's just a couple hours. So I go walking down the streets. I'm kind of aimlessly walking, but I've done this before. I like to think that sometimes on certain nights I might end up at walking into the guardhouse and asking the guy to just let me sleep in the cell.
So you go.
Know me.
Yeah.
They know me, so like
the Dock Ward, right? Go ahead and roll. Roll an investigation check for me, actually. I know it's a weird one, but you're going to roll an investigation check. Yeah, 5.
What is with the roll?
So this was more or less on a night that was a celebration of fighting, and you're kind of towards the, you know, more rowdier part of town. Do they have cells available during St. Patty's night? You know, like kind of thing, where people are just getting really drunk and getting really rowdy. And so I'm not to give you a major conflict or twist on it. You can just say, no, there is a cell available if you want. But you do go, and they are kind of like getting a little bit overwhelmed with like the drunk tank is pretty filled and like of whatnot. But when you show up, do you want to tell me who your contact looks like here at this guard post?
You could tell me.
So yeah, let's do one thing too, because Waterdeep Guard, right? The WDG is very big. You know, it's a big metropolitan city. So I would say you don't know everyone. Are you okay if we say like you worked in the Dock Ward, and so you know a lot of faces in the Dock Ward, like the poor side of town? Or would you like to go with like the Trade Ward, which is a little bit more of the middle class mix?
Well, I'm thinking Dock Ward.
Dock Ward, yeah. So
because
if you're
that's where I would want to be if I was trying to start at the bottom, and you know.
Yeah, so if you're okay, let's establish the fact that you have a lot of contacts in the dock ward, but maybe the other ones, you might get lucky occasionally, like, oh, I got transferred over, or I got a promotion, but most of your strongest and guaranteed contacts are in the dock ward. So you find a big Goliath guard, and so he's like always easy. You see Nezik. He's like, you go up to the local, like the local neighborhood jail, essentially the guardhouse, and he's literally like pulling in this big Goliath with this big burly beard, and he's got tattoos going all the way up his arms. He always likes to wear just a breastplate to show off. He's got these two dwarfs by the scruff. So they're just like, and they can tell they've been fighting. Like, we're just celebrating the fucking Valhammer. Hey, your hands off of me. And then he's kind of dragging in. He kind of sees. They're like pushing. He's like, I recommend you stop resisting a guard, or it will make it worse for it. And he kind of sees you walk. Zaba, hey! And he kind of slams on the ground and goes over to kind of give you like a big hug. Do you allow it?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like a big friendly hug to you. He's like, yeah. Oh, and he sees him kind of crawling. Like, one moment, we've got some drunkards here for the night. Gotta get him on the drunk tank. And he goes over and he picks him up and lifts him up. There. Yeah, it's this time of night. Do you need a place?
Yeah, I haven't got anywhere to sleep tonight. Not
No
with the
worries.
cash.
Would rather you be safe here than out there in the streets. Come in. We've got a bit of a packed house tonight, but just give me a moment. And he goes to the drunk one. And he kind of opens the drunk tank and takes these two and just throws them in there. And he goes over, and there's another guard, and it's a dwarf. He's like, oh, hey there, Zaba. All right, yeah, we'll get you one. Just one moment. And they go over to this like filled cell of like 3 or 4 folks in it, and they start just like, all right, everyone out, move. And they start like clearing out one of the cells, and they start shoving him into it. And I'm like, there's not enough space in here. Like, I don't have a fool. There's not enough space in there. Get your asses in. And they start shoving them in and whatnot. And then they're like, it's all yours. And leaving up the space for you.
Thanks, lads.
No worries. So Nezik kind of like sorry, I want to make stuff up. I need to make sure I write my notes down because later on I'll be like, what did I improv in that moment? So as you kind of like settle down, like Nezik pulls up as the dwarf going on. It's like, everyone shut the fuck up, you're being too loud. He kind of pulls a stool over and he's just kind of like sitting outside. He's like, so how's everything going?
Well, better than the worst times, but not the best.
Mm-hmm.
I've got nothing still. Trail's cold.
Trail's cold, yeah. Mm-hmm. So nothing on that. How's everything else going? You know, you feel the anger lately?
Yeah, it's been getting worse.
Oh no. Yo, if the anger's been giving you some issues, I've been asking around, and I've been hearing there's this monk. He lives up in the mountain. He's got a cave. If you need to maybe find some way to center yourself, maybe you can go talk to the monk. I think they talk about, they all like to talk about meditation and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that would help.
Wow, that does sound like it might be a nice change of pace.
I've started doing meditation myself. The job can be kind of rough down here in the docks.
Yeah, doing what is essentially vigilante work in the worst part of town is not a rejuvenating task.
Oh, you get any good vigilante business in lately? You got any cracking any skulls or some of the never-do-wells?
Slit a few throats, stabbed a few tummies. But of course, all deserving. But didn't really get me anyway.
Oh. Well, you'll get to it at the bottom of it one of these days. Something's still talking about you if you ever need to step back in. Get some steady gold in your pocket again. Well, I say gold. What am I kidding? You get some steady copper in your pocket. We're always for welcome you back whenever you're ready.
Oh, they're still paying you a couple copper.
Yeah. I'm angling for a promotion, Guess who's in charge of this here guardhouse right now?
Is that you?
It is indeed. The idiots, they trust me with responsibility.
Well, I'm sure you'll get a promotion soon.
Yeah,
I've
I'll keep
already
working
got
the
this.
ladder. Yeah,
They might send you to the trade ward next.
next thing you know, I'll be captain of the guard, and I'll be rubbing shoulders with the open lady herself. What about that? Imagine me in the castle ward, rubbing shoulders with all them bureaucrats. Maybe one day. They need some street
I
knowledge up in there, I'd say.
can't imagine you taking a daily bath.
I take that as a compliment. Well, it's good to see you're doing all right. Just know we're still rooting for you. If any of the lockups give you any hassle, I know you can handle it yourself, but we'll knock them about a bit. Tell them to shut the fuck up.
Well, thank you.
Kind of gets up. All right. Back to a long night. See more drunkards. Yeah. He kind of eases out.
I kind of kick my feet up on the cot, and I've done this before. I actually appear quite comfortable. Hands kind of behind my head, just biding my time and thinking, and slowly falling asleep.
I like to imagine as you're like drifting off after a long day sleeping. There is a reflection, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just projecting. But there was something odd that happened to you that day, so I don't know if your thoughts would be intentionally or not. The voice. And as you're about to drift off, or maybe you have drifted off, you're not so sure. You do hear the voice. When it speaks, you feel that little bit of rage inside of you, kind of like flame a little bit. Embrace your gifts. And your vision, there's just like a darkness there. It's kind of one of the last things you think about and see before you drift off into some restless night maybe, but no issues with your sleep. Anything else?
Well, I like to imagine that you could see some sweat forming. My eyes were closed and I wasn't asleep as I was thinking those, but I looked like maybe a twitch and some sweat and just uncomfortable generally while I was thinking about that. My main, I guess, fear of embracing it would be like hurting some of the innocents in the dock ward. And basically the poor, the abused.
Well, here's a little twist or a little angle for you to think about, a little wrinkle. So it's like in telling you to embrace your gifts, right? And so maybe during I'm not saying this would happen, it's up to you to decide. Maybe during some of the fights there were those brief moments of the rage kind of trying, maybe a moment where it did kind of control the body and like your emotions for a little bit. But you do feel the more that you've been feeling the rage this last day, you've leveled up, right? Powers have been awakening. Was it because of the embracing of it? Is that something you're just naturally doing? Like maybe that's something that they would consider like, yeah, he told me that. And the next thing you know, after I did some Eldritch Blast and stuff today and felt my feelings, I did get stronger, maybe kind of thing.
No, I definitely let it in. at the first, and I got the taste, and like I'm tempted. I'm very conflicted. I'm tempted because, that's why I'm like twitching as I'm thinking about it, restless, because like I fear where this path might take me, and even if it may give me the power to achieve my goals, I feel like I may hurt uh, some of those innocent and weak, poor bystanders in the process. And that is what's given me conflict, because even all the violence I've dished out, in the Duck Ward and whatnot in my past has been towards, what we would all agree are deserving individuals. Like criminals.
Love it. Yeah.
But I really can't bear it to, hurt someone who's truly destitute. And that's what I fear this path would, hurt people that are innocent.
Love it.
But I'm gravitating towards it anyway.
Perhaps a moth to the flame. Who knows? Awesome. Anything else you'd like to add?
No.
I'm loving this impromptu. Like, I didn't end up playing us dipping toes in everyone's like kind of backstories and kind of see where everyone goes in that. But I love where this is going. And Hillshire, you quote unquote go home.
Yeah.
Should we put everyone in the secret room for yours, Hillshire? I know you got some dark secrets.
No.
I'm just kidding. All right, yeah. I'm gonna have to dust off my own memory, right? Where was your where was your home, Doc?
They were in the trade ward.
The trade ward, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we could say they're right down Quaff Alley, just a block away from the Lamplighter Guild.
Love it. Which is appropriate, right?
Right across from Virgin Square, just cross Scroll Street, block down on the left.
I love that. It definitely does sound like, so where's the shop at? That's like you giving directions, right? Yeah. So you come home and do we have a name for their shop?
Was it a shop? I thought they just worked for the Lamplighters Guild.
Well, to be fair, like it can be whatever you want. I imagined a candle shop that also sold to the Lamplighters Guild, but it could be a home and they are a part of the Lamplighters.
Yeah, candle shop works. That works real good.
Yeah. And appropriately.
What's the name of the shop?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's your last name? I don't remember.
Figaro.
Figaro's Candelabro. Candelaro. How do you say candles in Jersey Italian? Candelaro. Figaro.
I don't know. Waxing Figaro.
Waxing Figaro, actually. I like that, actually. Waxing Figaro. Obviously, you can change that if you want, but I really like that. Waxing Figaro. Excellent. So, as I've described with everyone, festivities are still active in the streets and through the night, but it is very later. So a lot of it in the trades war, there are some other inns and taverns and pubs and are still active, but not as rambunctious. There's lamp lights down here, especially near the Lamplighter Guild, right? If anything, it is pristine. There's like fresh. There's no dripping wax anywhere. But not too far away. You make it to your family's shop, and I like to imagine like it's closed, right? And then the close sign is up, a little 2-story, modest for what it is. Maybe it's like stone on the bottom and wooden up top. But your mom does every night that you're out, leaves one lit candle in the window to guide you home.
Is my nana, isn't it?
Oh, excuse me, your
Not
nana.
my mom.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the correction. Yep, your nana.
Yeah, he's probably just gonna Could have bursted through the front door and be like, Nana, guess who got a job?
Yeah, so they're probably asleep, right? You're okay with that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So like you hear like upstairs, you hear just like, oh, what they, oh, that God, oh, that damn child, and you just hear like, you're I'm sorry, I don't remember all the details. It's your Nana and your Papa, right?
Yeah, my Nana
Nano, Nana and Nano. So your Nano comes down and he's got like this old sword, long sword in his hand. He comes like, and he's like in his nightgown. He's just like, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can do it. I'm gonna try like, see. I should be able to do Jersey. Just give me if anything, I'll at least get to Boston, right? So let me get to Boston for him. Hillshire, you damn bastard. And we'll get to him, but he sees you and he's just like, what are you hooting and hollering at this time of night? And your Nana's like, Hillshire, what is all this nonsense? Oh, you're alive. Oh, thanks to heavens you're alive. Oh, come down here. Come over here. Give me a hug. Oh, you've been gone for a day, right? You know, she's like freaking out.
It's all right, Nana. It's all right. I got a job. I found work. No, you can go back to bed. I'm sorry.
He kind of grumbles and turns around and walks up. He's like, what do you mean you've got yourself a job?
I mean, I found work.
You got work? You've already got work here with us, Hillshire. You don't need a job. You don't need a job. We need now. You go tell those nice people, whoever it was that gave you your job, so you got a job. Don't worry about it. You don't need a job, Hillshire. You have a job, baby. That's okay.
Well, you know I don't like working around the wax. It gets all over my vest.
But
it didn't work. I mean, we talked about this. You said I should go look down at the docks, and I'm not working at the docks, but I did find work.
But I told you to go down there and go look around and everything else, but I honestly believed you'd come back and say, you know what? Shoveling shit is maybe not as nice as and maybe you'd see that us doing with the candle work is not so bad. You know, we're getting old and but you have a job. So what are you doing? Did you at least get with one of the good guilds? What do we do? Just 1 second. I need something to pick me up. You wake me up in the middle of the night, give us a heart attack. And she kind of goes into the kitchen. You want something to eat? Have you eaten today? What have you had?
Well, I can't say no. Just gonna feed me anyways.
What is the? Oh my goodness, I'm missing my reference. The Godfather.
Do you want $20? Here's a 20.
What's the Godfather thing? The cannolis. You want a cannoli?
Don't forget the cannolis.
Don't forget the cannoli. Do you need money? Are you sure everything's fine? Tell me about this job. Which guild are you with? Are they a nice guild? You know, the Lamplighters are always hiring, but then that's the best guild, and they do good for us.
No, we got
Are
a
you with the
job.
plumbers?
We just did a little bit of cleanup, some of the vermin in the sewers, and
oh, you're with the
I just got
rat catchers? You're with the rat catchers. Oh my lord. You know how we feel about the rat catchers. You go down in the sewers, you don't know what you're gonna get. You're gonna be poking around, and all these people, the people who have rat problems, you know what they say about those people. They're filthy. They're filthy, Hillshire. Don't go be going out into the rat catching.
I'm not a rat catcher, Nana, please.
What if it? She's
we found work at down at the Yawning Portal. I mean, you know the place.
The what? I don't know nothing about no Yawning Portal. Where's this Yawning Portal you talking about?
It's a tavern.
Oh, are you busting heads for some tavern down in the Darkwoods? Are you trying to be muscle, Hillshire? You don't got no muscles on you. You need to eat more, actually. Here, take the cannoli. Eat it up. She's like watching you. Mm-hmm. She like warmed it up and everything for you. So what are you doing? Busting heads? You busting rats down in the Darkwoods for some tavern owner, some barkeeper? Oh, Hillshire.
Well, today was just clearing out some vermin in the sewer, and tomorrow we're going to check out another tavern.
Did you really go down in the sewers tonight, Hillshire?
That was hours ago.
You've been down in the sewers and you've come into my kitchen after being down in the sewer. Let me see your boots.
Oh, I took my boots off.
Oh, gosh. Oh,
Mm,
gosh.
the back.
Oh, I thought I smelled
I can't-
something. I thought that was just you being going through puberty or something. Oh, Lords. All right, I'm going to get a bath drawn up for you. I'll get it all heated up and everything. We'll get it in the bag into your room and whatnot. You need to get cleaned up right now. Take that shirt off. Look at that. I see the stains now. And what did you... Is this blood?
No, it's just some of the sewer water looks like that.
Roll a deception check.
We were definitely not adventuring. There's deception.
It was not billowing ship water.
She, like, hears you. Hailshire, you know you can't get past me. This is blood. That doesn't look like your blood, which makes me happy. I don't see any scratches on you or anything like that. You hanging out with a cleric? You hanging out with someone? Did you get beat up today and then they healed you? What's going on?
No,
Tell me everything.
It's not. Nana, it's not my blood. It's fine.
Did you actually, funny enough, did you take any hits during the fight and get healing? I don't think you did, but
I don't think I did.
Yeah. I don't think you got any of the lay on hands. I think, unfortunately, I think Udada, right? I think you took a lot of the big main blows, like the
Yeah,
crit
I
hits
was
and stuff.
down. Like, I was down.
Which I should have leaned into the roads like, you look like you got fucked up, Mr. Uda. No, so yeah, she's just like, she is like forcefully taking your shirt off to go wash it and whatnot. But this is someone's blood. Hailshire, what's going on? Tell me everything.
Well, Nana, come on. I don't want to worry. It's not that dangerous. I
You
feel like if
wanna-
I tell you, you're just gonna worry.
Your story you're telling me now is already worrying me. Hey, it sounds like you're lying to me. That's gonna worry me more than anything. Hailshire, if you're going down in the sewers, that's already worrying. If you're trying not to worry me, you're not doing a good job. And out all night on Foehammer night, all I know you got pulled into one of these street fights and
Well, you know, I was talking to you about, being an adventurer.
oh lords and ladies. Oh no, you did not just bring up adventurer work. No. Oh. You're gonna give me a
Nana,
heart
come on, I
attack. You're
can't
gonna
be
give me a
here
heart
forever.
attack. Oh, you can't. Oh, you can. We've been doing this forever, and now you go.
I mean, my brother's been out there for 5 years.
Oh, don't bring up your brother right now to me. You know, we know how we feel about him. When's the last time we've heard from your brother? That's how you want to treat your Nana and No?
Now, see, this is why I didn't want to. I don't want to make you worry. Just everything's fine. I made good money. Look, I'm gonna pull out the money I made tonight. How much did we make? We have a
You got 10 gold and then like a lot of change through it. I don't remember how much your change ended up being.
So we got 100 gold for Yagra.
Oh, yeah, that's
as
right,
well. So you would have like 20 gold on you from being paid so far.
You flashed the gold at least though.
See, this
Yeah.
was just today.
Oh Lord, that's how
I
they
got more
get you,
coming
Hillshire.
tomorrow.
They're gonna get you with that. They're gonna try and pull you in with all the promises of gold and stuff. Adventurers die too young. Was it Martha's son? He went adventuring. He lasted a month. It was a nice funeral for him, but it was still a shame. Yes, he left him 100 gold, but Martha would trade anything in the world. That's a lot
You
of gold.
told me about Martha's son last time.
Yes, but you should
It's
remember,
fine,
he's a good
Nana,
lesson.
Don't worry. And it's not like working down at the dock is that much safer. You know what happened to my cousin Tony? Crate fell on him. Now he's got a limp for the rest of his life.
Between you and me, I think there was more than just a crate involved there. You know, he was probably getting into other bad business down there. I don't think crates just fall on people for any reason. You know, I'm just saying. I just saw your GIF and comment, Brent. That's actually a really good comparison. Yeah, That's a technical foul. That's the only thing I remember from that movie.
And he's doing that sign right there. That's
Yeah, that's what I think made me remember it. I saw the T. All right. Well, you smell like shit, Hellshire. You smell like you've been in the sewers. So let me get your stuff cleaned up. I'll get you something going I'll get you a tub going, nice and warm like you like it. Now, just
Thank
she kind of grabs your head, right, grandmotherly. You just.
Well, Nana, I can take care of that. Just go back to bed.
Just promise me you don't lie to us. Just that's all we ask.
I'm not trying to lie to you, Nana. I just don't want to worry you.
I'm gonna have a heart attack from you and your brother no matter what. So just what's the truth gonna? And she starts going around like cursing or like talking to herself. What sounds like Italian. Yeah, so she does like clean, like she does try to like in the middle of the night, right? You're probably like, don't have to do that tonight. And she's like, it smells like shit. I don't want this stinking up the house. And she like takes it outside to like get like to let it soak and make sure you have food. And she does like, again, you're probably protesting, but she still has to get the tub going and all warmed up and has it in the bedroom for you, her a little back, trying to drag it in there and get all the water up there. And you're like, you don't have to do that. And so there's like a whole night of like, don't have to do it, but she stubbornly continues to do it. And so whether or not you use that in the bath or whatnot.
Oh, yeah. He definitely will. He'll thoroughly clean himself.
Yeah. The next morning, I do feel like Nano's like, so your grandmother was telling me about, and then he kind of just like, he kind of like leans in though. He's like, you know how to use a weapon, Hillshire?
Yeah, I'm not bad.
What's your weapon of choice? He's like talking to you while your grandma's like, your nana's like bustling around in the kitchen.
Well, I've been practicing with the short bow.
Yeah, you were a pretty good shot. The Harvest Festival's coming back up, Harvest Tide again, and you could do, you did pretty good at the little shooting contest last year. Make sure you put your name in again. So is that what you're going to peddle your trade? You're going to be doing short bow? You sure you don't want the long? Here, you know what? Just 1 second. I don't like the look of any of the others. Okay. He goes upstairs and he brings down like that rusty long sword. Yeah. If you're going to be doing this, it'll make us all feel better if at least you got this.
I don't know. This is it's just not really my style.
Make it your style. If you're going out there and you're going to be doing the work that you... Were you really down in the sewers last... Anyway, we don't have to talk about the sewers. Take it. Just take it. Just practice with it.
Why don't you hold on to it for now? I mean,
what
I was thinking already.
Was our family stuff not good enough for you now, Hillshire?
That's not what I'm saying. No.
We've done a lot for you. We've done a lot. We brought you in. I don't say that begrudgingly. We love you very much, and we're glad you're here. And you've been a lot of help.
We're quickly approaching the. You're done.
You're done.
No. You're done. You're taking it, and that's that. All right. I'll take it. I know you're just. I'll take it.
Wait, what are you using? Are you not using a blade? You're just using that bow? What's going on?
I got a short sword. I got a few daggers. I've been saving up.
Oh, my sword's too long for you. Oh my goodness. Just take it.
It's just not my style.
Style. You kids and your style these days. Just take the family sword. And he just like shoves it over across the table at you. So you have your family. You have the legendary. You have Nano's rusty longsword now.
I think it's Nano.
Nano. You have Nano's rusty longsword. Which I'm chuckling because I just love the idea of all like the weapons and like we had Thorncleaver, right? All these like legendary, all these the hereditary weapons I've given to players through their backstories and stuff. I love that this is like one of the most emotional ones, and it's just like a rusty longsword from your
Rusty longsword.
but probably given with the most like genuine like heart into it.
This has been in our family for generations.
He kind of leans in after you like again your nana is still busting around. I'm proud of you. It's not easy. It's not easy out there. She doesn't understand. I once wanted to be a venture like you.
Don't, please. I've heard it so many times.
I know you've heard the story, but you know why I've got my limp. So just be careful. All right? Check in with us.
I will. Thank you.
All right. Don't forget the cannoli. Get out of here, you run. All right. Thank you for everything. Anything else you want to add to your scene or anything?
No, that's great.
So, well, all this is happening too. So, like, Cora retires to her room, and there's like, at some point in the middle of the night, Durden hears like the chanting and the yells of demons and devils coming from it, and there's blood, and she does a ritual sacrifice in there, and kills a stranger in the middle of the night. So, that was her exciting night. I'm just kidding. I'm making fun of the fact that Lauren's not here, and we're gonna give her a very dark, intimidating backstory moment. Okay. Thank you for everyone's patience. That was unexpected, but I'm glad we got to kind of like dip into backstory stuff and kind of feel your characters out in Waterdeep. I think that was actually a lot of fun. So.
Agreed. Very cool.
The next morning, you all wake up, and it sounds like you're to meet at the Yawning Portal.
Yes, the Yawning Portal, please.
All right. So you all get there, you gather up, and I guess maybe we shouldn't. I was going to talk about your. I was going to have Volo RP with you guys about the name of your group, but with Lauren here, not here. I know we all really liked a lot of the stuff, but I think that'll probably be. I'll let that.
Let's make sure we're all here to have
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. Even if it's just through RP. So he kind of like, oh, hello, everyone. Good morning. Oh, you made it here bright and early. So I believe we are off to the Castle Ward district to talk to a magistrate. Yes? Yes. Very well.
Hey, of course.
Oh, I'm sorry. He definitely looks like a little hungover. We'll be fine. You all deserve this. All right. Carry on then. Here we go. Off into the road we go. And Volo escorts you all out into the Castle Ward district from the Yawning Portal, eventually bringing you through past like there's a lot of bureaucratic offices, all different shapes and sizes and purposes, eventually bringing you to what seems to be some sort of, what is the name of a government agency that deals with property? I'm trying to think. I worked for the city government. I'm trying to think of if there's like a proper government.
Tax collector's office.
Yeah, I guess it'd be tax collectors. Yeah.
It's all taxes. All
that's right. It all goes to the tax collector. But anyways, bring you to a magistrate office, and we don't need like to RP this heavily out. There is that moment where Graf, you're like, I'm sure you're like, did you remember to bring the transfer tax fee? And he's like, yes, of course, I remember the 25 gold, 25 gold, old gold pieces. He does end up paying for it though. Floon's also like hanging out with you all, just kind of enjoying the excitement. Well, I say excitement. He's like, this is boring. Like being in like the DMV style vibes for a little bit. So there is that whole twiddling fingers like, so how was your night? Eventually do get it all signed over. So it's about, what is it? Oh, it's only 9th bell. And we got up early today. Shall we go see your new residence? Or here, it's written on your new deed. Right there.
Yes, let's go see our new castle.
How about I leave you to it? And I go back to sleep.
You could give us a tour.
It was not much at all. It's a beautiful building. It needs a little bit of work, but upstairs, downstairs. I hope you all get to it and have a good time with it. I'm going to bed.
Hey, come on, you're not even gonna come by for a housewarming party.
Well, I'm about... I do want to go to your housewarming party, but perhaps you will have your housewarming party when you're ready for the housewarming party. I'm going to go. Yes. I'm going to go I'm going to go to sleep. Just let me know. We'll be at the Yawning Portal, me and Floon, later. Just let us know how it goes, and don't forget about our friend Renard. Hopefully everything's fine with him. Excellent. All right. Good luck, good friends. Good friends. I'm still working on your keeping all of the identities and the mystery. I'm going to build it up, but I am still working on the little expose write-up for the Waterdeep Gazette. I will come to you when I'm done. Oh, Lords, I need to pick me up. I need some coffee. And he kind of leaves you all in the Castlewood district.
Volo, before you go,
Oh, yes.
drink a number of raw eggs. Should help what ails you.
Truly. And what did you, for a brief moment, his business side, his professional side turns on, and you get his curiosity. He's like, I just want to say, I feel quill here. Can you tell me where you've gotten this such medical remedy?
I got it from a
your
traveler.
grandmother. So folk medicine, eggs for a hangover. And should these be raw, cooked? How do we do about this?
Oh, they have to be raw.
Oh, and we chicken eggs, cockatrice eggs, ostrich eggs, lizard eggs, T-Rex eggs,
Chicken eggs.
chicken eggs. Ooh, interesting. And so, where do you hail from? So, is this a regional recipe? Medicinal?
Complicated.
You know, I'm
rather far.
I will give this a shot, actually, and I will let you know how it goes, and I might have some follow-up questions for you. Volo's Guide to Folk Medicine. Medicinal Guide from Volos. Yeah. Come, Floon, we must speak about a potential new book. Everyone have a good day. And he starts leaving again. All right. Shall we go and see the new manor? Trollskull Manor in the North Ward District, off of Trollskull Alley near the Delzoran Streets. Is that? Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Is on the map officially now. I'm going to do some different music to pick back the pace back up.
And the music changes.
Let's pick the pace back up a little bit. All right.
That's a sign.
And one of my players, Charlie's been playing with me for a couple of years now. He's really in tune to the music. And, like, you know, when things get dramatic, you know, I'll put, like, the tense music on or something like that. And he'll be like, oh, there's a music change. He's like, oh,
that's
gonna happen. That's about to happen. All right. So I'll just move your tokens up towards
Where are you
it.
putting us?
I believe I have you in the bottom left corner.
There we are. I see us.
Welcome to Trollskull Alley District. I have labeled some things on there for your convenience as you move through the area, but you do have neighbors who provide different services and different shopkeepers and different personalities and different things if you wish to poke around. But welcome to the alley. So you do see Trollskull Manor up here labeled. I believe you have all the labels up. Yep. So it's up to you if you want to poke your head in any of the businesses or go straight to it.
Carelan's Crown. This looks like a alchemist shop. I'm gonna stop in for a second.
One moment. Yeah. So as you you enter in, I'm trying to figure out how they did the map. So it looks like it would be on that side, 1%. Yeah. So you're heading that direction. So anybody want to join Graf as he pokes his head into the apothecary alchemist spot? I'm assuming
just for the sake of not splitting the party.
Yeah. Ooh, split the party now. Do it.
No,
No, I'm just kidding. Even in the shopping district, you're not safe. Yeah, so I assume you're all kind of present and entering in and join in if you would like. What you see is as you enter, like ding 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 ding, is the space is very filled with plants, herbs of all sorts. It's just a lot of dried ones hanging from the ceilings, but anywhere hanging and shelves are just covered with ingredients. We also see potions and such, like a little bit more out of reach behind a counter. But there is what looks to be a lady working a wood elf. She has long braided hair back, and she has like this kind of stained apron on, but then like this floral patterned shirt on it. A little bit darker skinned tone to her as you walk in. Welcome in, my friends. I'm Fala. Welcome to Coralon's Crown. And when she says Coralon, we don't have any elves in the party, right? No. So
I think Hillshire's a half elf.
Half
elf. So
Half-breed.
if anybody would, it's up to you if you want to roll on what Coralon is. If you want to know the history of Coralon as like a history check.
Yeah, history check.
Or religion, excuse me. It's history or religion, to be fair.
I already rolled. 7.
Anybody else want to roll for it, or do you care?
Sure, I mean, might as well. We're there. Yeah, great.
Yeah, it's funny enough. It's like it's not a very high DC because of who this figure is in lore, but 7s and 8s.
Not a lot of elf pirates, so I didn't learn.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah. So it might be beyond what your characters would know, but you walk in and she is there, and welcome in, welcome in. What can I help you with?
Hey, got me here a vial of troll's blood, or a bottle of it.
Troll's blood. That's a good reagent, eh?
I was wondering if you'd be able to use it for anything. Because if we could turn it into perhaps a potion of healing or a few, then...
Oh, yes, we could. So you're looking to purchase a potion of healing, and you've got some troll's blood, So I can absolutely make something with all of this. It would take time, but I do have some potions of healing already. I could do an exchange with you, and maybe we can barter some of that. And it is some of the better kind of reagents for healing potions. Depending how much you have.
Sounds good to me.
Do you mind if I see it and do some tests on it? I trust you, but I just want to make sure it is what you say it is. I've had a lot of people come in here with all sorts of claims before. Some deceptive, others just not knowing the difference between different creatures are. Well, the difference between a basilisk and a cockatrice. And you pull out the blood.
That I do.
Did I tell you like how much it might be worth, or like how many potions you could potentially get out of it? I think I just was like enough for a healing potion. I think is what I said.
Yeah, this is like a wine bottle's worth. I don't know.
Bottle worth. Yeah. Okay. I can work with that. Yeah. So
I don't know if there's a difference between that and a potion bottle or anything.
That's fair. Yeah, because he would have given you like a wine bottle, right, Durnan? Because I think that's what you asked for. So he gave like an empty bottle like that. Okay. Yeah. So she takes it and she goes over to like a little alchemy table set up with all the different devices and pours a little bit in there. And you start adding liquid chemicals and different. She takes like a little herb and drop it in there, and you see like kind of react a certain way. The little sizzling pops up. It's like, oh yes, it does seem to be troll's blood indeed, and a good bit of that it is. This is fine quality. It's very fresh, very fresh. Are you from outside of the city? Troll blood?
No, while we were at the Yawning Portal, a troll came up out of nowhere, well, out of the portal, and we've helped fill it, and Darren
Yawning
said
Portal?
that we might as well take some of the blood.
So you did strike me as it. So I take it that you're an adventurer. Have you delved into
Yeah, for the right
Undermountain?
coin. Can you repeat that?
Have you delved into Undermountain yet?
Nah, not had much of a reason to.
Well, if you need reasons, you've seen that I will pay for blood of trolls. There's all sorts of, being in the city, exotic creatures of the sort are a little bit harder to get our hands onto. So I do pay adventurers who are able to bring out interesting pots of monsters and the such, the exotic beasties from the Undermountain. If you're ever down there poking around, don't forget. Now, back to your troll blood. This is a good bit here. I think a fair trade would be 2 healing potions for this. And you... All right, I'm just going to leave that at that. Yeah, she says 2 healing potions. Oh, hello, sir. Can I help you with anything? I heard you grunting, but I don't know if you're doing that in character or if you're exercising.
Yeah, sorry. Shoulder raises. Didn't realize I didn't have my boom up.
It sounds like you're kind of like, take it. I'll take it. like
Singing
clearing your
the
throat. Like, yeah, elbowing grab.
Buddha's picking up like 2-gallon jugs of something and doing shoulder raises in the
you don't
apothecary zone.
You don't have to move that, sir. Thank you very much. You shove like a crate over. Like, I thought I was about to fall. Yeah, so 2 healing potions.
I don't have to move these. I could have shoulders like yours.
Yeah.
Hey, that sounds like a fair trade.
Excellent, excellent. All right. And she kind of goes back to the shelf with all the potions like behind the counter proper. All right. Checks up and was like, yep, here we go. These are 2 good healing potions for you.
Ooh.
Excellent.
So
any other
2 regular potions of healing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Which actually fits because the bottle was 1 pound, and each potion of healing is half a pound.
Oh, lovely. You get the impression, though, she can, with that troll blood you gave her, she'll be able to, the value, right? She wants to be able to do something with it, a little bit of profit. So it's more than just 2 healing potions, but
Hey,
excellent.
With that troll's blood, what sort of potions can you make with it? Like, I imagine it's some sort of healing potion, given what Dernan was talking about with the hit the troll with fire or it'll regenerate.
Yeah, the regenerative properties of the trolls in their blood makes for helping with healing potions and of those sorts. Other practical uses, if you have the plans to perhaps hurt somebody with it, you could make a kind of bomb that, if you take a bomb from the troll's blood, you can spread it upon something to make it vulnerable to fire. So it's a very niche use spot. Sometimes magicians use it or performers. If you've ever seen any of the acts where someone likes to catch themselves on fire, usually they kind of put a protective wax and mix that kind of a ointment into it from the trolls, and then they'll light themselves on fire in a blaze and then quickly burn away, though. It's a very esoteric usage for it.
Hi. But I was wondering, if you were to turn that into potions of healing, would I be able to... What would the cost be to cover to get to basically reserve those potions?
Well, if you want first crack at any fresh potions I make with it, I'm happy to. You'll find that the healing potions I've given you are just as of good quality of that sort. Are you angling for a discount on those?
Well, I wouldn't say no, but I always find that the fresher a potion is, the easier it is to go down.
People don't know this, but sometimes potions do have shelf lives. But I would like you to roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That's an 18.
18? I can't do much of a discount. You know, I think we had a fair trade there, and I still need to turn a profit on it, but I could. How about we have a conversation about it whenever I don't want to promise to you, you know, accidents happen. So how about if I get the healing potions out, I could reach out to you and let you know. Doing a lot of adventuring then, are we, that you need a lot of healing potions? Where can I reach out to you once we're done with the potion so you can get it fresh out of the cauldron, as it were?
Hey, one sec. I'm just imagining, I think Cora so far has been the most responsible out of all of us. So
no, that's fair.
There's just gonna be like, hey, Cora, come here. What's the address on the paperwork say?
If we're staying where we're literally, and she kind of just points out the front window to the building across the street. We're staying there. We're the new owners. Oh, you're the new owners of Trollskull. Oh, and what happened to the gentleman with the hat and the feather? He was very boisterous. Is he okay? Everything fine?
He's got a bit of a hangover. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Oh, so he still owns it. So, are you his new staff
He
members? Did own it.
No. His friend got in some trouble, and we got that friend out of that trouble, and he paid us back with that lovely piece of property.
Lovely indeed. I'm sure you know it needs a lot of work. It used to be, when I first moved here to Waterdeep and opened my shop a few years ago, it was a very lovely tavern until the owner died, and then it just kind of ramshackled. But it used to be a shining... It's one of the reasons why I moved my shop here. It used to be a draw to the crowds. It was a fine establishment. It's a pity what's happened to it. Well, welcome to Trollskull Alley. I'll do a proper introduction to my new neighbors. I am Fala. Let me get her last name right. Fala Lefalier. Since you're here and your new neighbors, no pressure or anything of that sort, but as you know, harvest tide will be in 4 days now? Oh, Lord and Lady. I'm trying to organize a little bit of a community get together for the block. You know, some activities and such. If, you know, everyone was providing some different things for it, you know, some games, some drinks or food for the community. But you're new here, and I know it's not exactly Trollskull's up and running, but you're welcome to join us and add anything to any of the festivities that you would like. Would you like a flyer?
Can't hurt to make some new friends in the neighborhood.
Yes.
Let's see here.
You said, let's see here. Oh, is that you like, oh, let me look at the flyer. Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, let's take a look-see.
She hands you the flyer and you like look at it very much as like, Trollskull, festivities, harvest tide, let's get together for food and fellowship and hang out and get to know each other and bring the block together. It kind of a general scope, but I'll give you more specifics later, but it does seem to be in 4 days' time. It will be Harvesttide Festival, which you all know, no matter where you're from, in my opinion, especially Waterdeep folks. If you've spent even a year here, it's the Thanksgiving of the Sword Coast. It's fall, harvest, Halloween mixed in a little bit too. So it's just it's the biggest autumn celebration, where it is a citywide, if not other cities across the Sword Coast, all the national, work off from day holiday. Where, it is like food, very Thanksgiving with like food and hanging out, but celebrations, games out in the streets. And it's about communities kind of coming together, but a celebration of the harvest and for good luck and a celebration for the winter that are now months as you are now exiting summer and now on the road to winter. Well, yeah, so I'll come across, and if you're all home, and or leave your notes, we'll have those potions ready. I usually can have some done in a couple of days, so I wouldn't expect it to be too much longer. Well, welcome to the block, everyone. And what is your name, sir? To you, Graf, since you've been doing a lot of talking.
Hey, I'm Graf.
All right, Graf. Well, welcome aboard to all of you. I hope the block and the North Ward makes you all happy. She kind of smiles. Now, back into bartering business. Can I interest you all into any of the potions I have recently? You like fresh? I have recently put together a potion of animal friendship. You can use this to bond with the beasties.
How much is that?
This one is a hard ingredients, 125 gold. Also, potion of water breathing. I have a potion to help climbing. Adventurer types, who are usually my kind of business. Potion of climbing for 50 gold. Animal friendship, 125 gold. And this one has been on the shelf for a bit. Specific, but you never know when you might need it. Potion of water breathing for 250 gold. I'm actually going to drop that menu on the map next to your store if you want to see what I just blabbered out. So yeah, you can come here to buy potions and maybe perhaps make potion requests. As our current stock. All right, no buyers, no harm, no foul, but no, I'm here if y'all need anything. It's a pleasure. Anything else I can do for you?
No, I think that's about it. I look forward to this business relationship.
Me too. Good luck out there. Let me know if I can help you with anything with the neighborhood. All right.
Hey,
Ding.
much appreciated.
Ding, 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 ding. As you exit.
So I assume our place has a hearth.
Maybe.
Does it have a
Well,
chimney? Can I see a chimney?
Actually, I didn't have it handy, but let me just get it real quick. I think there's official art for you guys see when you kind of walk up. So let me find it for you. Bam, bam, bam. It seems to have multiple chimneys. Can I do this? Or you just have that too? Yeah. Bum, 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 bum.
I imagine it's starting to get a little chilly.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, autumn is coming, so like the cool autumn breezes are starting to settle in. I'm gonna post it into the Discord chat. Why did it just? Sorry, all my windows just minimized because I just tried to drag that over.
Oh yeah, they're saying Roll20 stuff is really messy right
I was
now.
just gonna say I had to restart my computer and I can't get back in.
Right.
Yeah.
It's giving me. It's funny enough. Nothing happened for me with Roll20. I just minimized all my windows on my
Okay.
multiple monitors.
Don't close.
Yeah, don't close
Yeah.
it.
And if we get to combat, somebody's gonna have to share their screen.
In the stream announcement chat, Chuck is saying, "Don't refresh." No one refresh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he said that, of course, right after I was like, "Oh, I'll just refresh or I'll restart my computer real quick," because I run Roll20 on a different computer than I'm running the rest, just so I don't bog down resources.
Where
Yeah.
is?
Now I'm screwed. Oh,
Sorry.
looks like it's letting me back in.
Yeah,
Hey.
I guess it's just being very, very slow about letting people back in.
Well, let me try and upload this photo without crashing all my stuff.
It looks like it's coming back in.
Eh.
It's
I mean,
just
this
still-
is about the halfway point of the session. Do we want to take this?
Yeah,
as,
I'm
like,
gonna
a
drop this photo. Actually, I was
opportunity for
about to
design?
do the 10-minute break. Yeah, so let me, you
Sure,
guys, if you
10
want to go ahead and step up, yeah, and let
Yeah,
things
it's
settle.
letting me in right now too. It's just coming up slow. So
Okay.
Alright. Be
Cool.
back in about
Yep.
10.
17 after the hour.
all right.
All
You guys
right.
on?
All right. That's back. We're back. We're out here. Music's playing. Do 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 do. I see you. Right. So, were you able to get back into roll 20?
Nope. I'm trying again right now, but it just went like it kept staying like that jump screen, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it looked like it was gonna load. I really thought it was gonna.
I don't think it'll be the end of the world. For now.
I'm okay with us like tooling around town, but like if we get into combat and I'm not in yet, if somebody
Yeah,
could
we'll
just, like, share the
we'll
screen or
work at
something.
it when we get to it.
Okay.
Yeah, but everything else that we're going through right now is so much RP, right? So all that's just really easy theory
Yeah,
of
no,
mine.
that's
All right, so I did post a picture of Trolsko Manor. So shall we explore your new property next?
Yes, and clear out all the bad guys in it. That's what we should do.
Yes.
He did mention it was haunted or something, right? He told us that. Am I imagining that?
I think he did.
I think he said something along those lines. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you are standing outside. Like, does it even have a hearth? And you do see multiple chimneys coming through it.
I'm in.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Multiple stories. 1, 2, 3, and even has a turret, like the little tower-like structure sticking off to the side of it.
What? Where is it? Which building is it?
Well, funny enough, I'm actually going to change the map because I have something more
Okay, it's that one.
intimate
Cool.
in the block now.
Okay, but it's right across the street from the apothecary we were just in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
the apothecary was just like the building immediately south of the kitchen.
Got it. Okay. Got it. Oh, cool. Okay.
So, just a
Okay,
little
There's a
bit of...
hatch in the
tower is-
basement. We know that's where we're going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so here's the roof view, right? So you see a little tower, you see the roof and everything like that, but that's not so important. And I did label everything just for ease. As you poke your heads in, you do have the key. Graf, you've been taking a lot of the RP lead, so I'm just going to assume you have the key that Volo would have given it to you.
And how many floors are there? There's 2 floors?
Looks like 3.
First floor, second
Yep.
floor, third floor. Yep, third floor, and then the roof even above that.
And then there's a basement.
Yes, yep. And spoiler alert, there is a basement, hatch to the basement. So there is a front door here on my ping, and you'll notice that there's stairs on the back outside. So there's not the ground floor business side of things doesn't actually have stairs going upstairs. You have to go outside around the back, and then that will access the upstairs. So it's very, very separate. But also,
there's literally a bar in my hometown like that. Like there's room for rent upstairs, but you have to go outside to go upstairs.
Yeah,
like exactly like this.
Also convenient, for not people seeing who's coming and going. All right, so I assume you guys want to poke around the ground floor first.
Are all the doors boarded up?
Yeah, it's very ramshackled, right? So there's some are still broken, boards look like they've been torn off. Yeah, and so like very much boarded up for the most part. But you can like peek through the cracks and the gaps between. And it's just very dark and just being only natural light shining inside.
Hey, strong man, can you take a look at getting some of these boards off?
Well, certainly. And I'll well, I don't want to kick up too much, right? Because right now it's secure. So I want to check like behind the piece, like bend it out a little bit and see like is there a solid window or something?
Yeah, most of the windows are broken. Like maybe
broken out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or at least cracked. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
maybe
I was
I'll
hoping
take
for
off
you
a
to take a
couple
look at the
pieces
door.
to let some light inside, but I don't want to like open it up.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Easy enough. You go through and you just selectively take off a board here or there. The nails just kind of pulling out. But easy enough for you to do, and a little bit more lights going in, and as you're peeking through the windows and the broken windows, right, you do see just like a very destroyed interior, old furniture, just decayed. People have gone in and kind of trashed the place maybe over the years.
Hey Nate, real quick, sorry to
What's up?
bust the vibe here, but where's that link to the tools? Because I just realized that there's a separate something called carpentry tools instead of woodcarver's tools, and I wasn't sure what the difference was between them, but I can't find your link anywhere. I don't remember where you put it.
No worries. I'm sure I can find it real quick. All right. Player's Handbook 2024.
Yeah, I think the difference is carpenter's tools is for furniture and stuff like that, whereas wood carving is art. So you
That's
could
what
use...
and that's what I originally thought. I didn't even see carpentry's tools, but when I looked at wood carving, I thought there was things that looked like carpentry to me. So that's why I'm confused.
All right, tools. Here we go, and then I can do a little hyperlink. Copy link. Bam, 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 and now it's in Discord chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, obviously, you still have a lot of leeway to switch out to what you want it to be and what you're hoping for it to be.
Well, I just want to look at the difference between them and see what would make more sense for a sailor, because, yeah.
100%.
Obviously, I'm not min-maxing, but if I could help build this place up, that would be cool. But I want to see the difference between the two.
That is a weird statement, but I really have no issue with min-maxing. I want people to have characters that are good at what they do, right?
Yeah.
There's a difference between, to me, of I want to be good at what I do versus I have nitpicked it and I have found rules that make the experience not fun for everyone because I have found loopholes. To me, that's min-maxing, kind of abusing the rules in a way. But anyways.
Hey, Nate, stop me if you heard this before, but I want to hire about 1,000 peasants. Give one back, put them all in a line. Give one a javelin way off in the back.
I think I saw somebody. I think I saw one of the D&D designers when they're talking about 2024, make references to that, or maybe in the new DM's guide they might even make a reference to you're the DM. If people try and do 1,000 peasants to do something, there's literally I think a tongue-in-cheek reference to the peasant railgun.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's in the DMG is basically yeah, technically if you ignore any consistency with the rules and you have real world physics switching in between with game physics at will rather than having it be consistent, then yeah, sure, maybe, but be reasonable.
Yeah, everyone's definition will be different, but yeah, you're right. That's what I would call min-maxing. It's let's abuse the game to a point that we're not really just enjoying a cooperative play, and now you're just trying to beat the system, Yeah.
Exactly.
Just pick silvery barbs immediately.
As long as you are okay with it, Nate, I am gonna switch. I'm gonna switch mine out.
100%. Yep, 100%.
When I looked at it, carpenters, it's ladders and barrels. That sounds like shit that it would need to be made on a ship. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure the ship rules that they have for 2014, they had the carpenter role, so that makes total sense too.
Got it.
All right.
I just got to figure out where the heck I got it from. I thought it was my background, but I don't think it is. My background.
We gave you a free proficiency.
Yeah, but I have another one, but I don't know where it came from. So I got one from my background, and then I had another one. So I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to slow things down.
And Zaba, you do peek through. You do see there's a hearth inside.
Aha, found it.
Lovely.
Well,
I really want to light that hearth.
Yeah, Graf. So you have multiple sets of keys, or you have a set of keys, front door. They're not labeled, but one you assuming is for the front door, and for other locks and keys, maybe for rooms above and whatnot. So should I assume you try to unlock the front door and let yourself in?
Hey, of course.
Yeah. So easy peasy. That takes a bit. Find the right key. The door is old and battered, but it does ease open. Sorry. Eventually, do you make it in fine?
Yeah, but... Needs some work, my arse. We're gonna need to replace half of this shite.
It is
rough. Alright. We might as well get some fire going or something. Get some light in here.
Yeah, the
Graph is
hearth and the
just-
chimney definitely needs to be like cleaned out, right? Like it's just was left there. Maybe people have broken in and were like squatting for a bed, or there's just trash and dust and everything in there. But doing a little tiny fire, this is like technically you have like fire starter stuff in your equipment and whatnot, but obviously I don't care about that. So who likes to think that their character would be like, oh yeah, I know how to make a fire real easy, whether through magic or mundane means.
I do have a tinder box.
There you go. So you, what do
As
you?
I,
Ooh.
I have oil.
It's really only good for candles, though.
I have oil.
So
And a
do you
tin
guys
box.
take
And box.
destroyed pieces of furniture, like a chair leg and kind of thing, and style, and toss it in there?
It's
I
not doing any
suppose.
good.
Yeah, so you take some of like the junk furniture pieces of it and like kind of put it in there and get a fire going.
Yeah. If it's junk, but like because if it might be something that I can use to help fix this place up, then I don't want to.
I think there'll be a combination of both. Some stuff that's just so old and rotted that you're like, yeah, there's no hope for this. So, but also might not burn the greatest, but it'll be enough between oil and tinder and whatnot to get a little fire going. So Zaba, you kind of were the one making a point of it. So you're the one kind of leaning over it and doing it. And so like, I need you to roll a survival check for me, actually.
Me?
Zaba. I'm giving this to Zaba because Zaba made a point of wanting to do it. So I'm going to assume Zaba's the one that's kind of taking the lead on it.
I think 7's my highest roll of the night.
Oh, did you roll? I don't
Yeah,
see
survival.
that.
Is it broken? Do
I
need
think
a
I think I'm
fresh
in the
reroll
wrong.
20?
I don't know
I
where
got it.
I tossed that link somewhere and I didn't. I was not in the right thing in my Discord. You got that link, right, Brent?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll post links in the wrong channel and just not realize it because I got so much going on.
No, you're good. I got it.
Some of my groups are like, why are you posting stuff, Nate? Aren't you working? I'm like, sorry.
Yeah, I already
The
updated my
7.
sheet and updated it in Discord too, so we're good to go.
So you lit the fire, but as you finish it, you watch in the ashes underneath, there's like this movement, like, and the ashes move not natural, and then the ashes just snuff out the flames that you made.
The ashes that were already there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's freaky. Some sort of magic.
So let's remove the ashes.
I have a feeling they might not like that.
So
Hey,
let's remove the
pretty good.
ashes.
Hey, we're gonna have to evict him later, sooner or later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Udada,
it could be an elaborate trap.
do you remove the ashes? Do you want to take a moment? There is rusted fireplace utensils, like a little shovel, whatever it's called for a fireplace, and like the poker and stuff. Not in good condition, but they do exist if you wanted to shovel the ashes out.
Is there something to put them into? Like I don't
Not
necessarily
really.
want to just have them.
Yeah, there's nothing super handy in the moment, right? You might have to go looking for like, is there an old sack somewhere?
Bucket or a stack or something.
Yeah, go and roll an investigation check, Udada.
Sure. And I don't have a minus this time. Oh, look at that shit. Holy
19. Through the pantry, you do find some sacks are actually in good condition or relatively good condition, enough or well enough that if you're just trying to, they might not be food grade sacks for like potatoes, but using them as quote unquote garbage bags for some from ashes is fine. So you kind of go back and it's just correct if you're okay with it. You go back and you take the shovel and you kind of clean up the ashes as best as you can, get them in there. Should I assume you kind of like try and keep the fireplace, like you try and like tidy it up a little bit, throw the bad trash in there and then kind of maybe reset some, rotten wood, perhaps burn it. Just kind of like
start over again with the fresh material, fresh fuel.
I like to imagine that you and Zaba are like looking over it again. Do the two of you want to like try and light a fire again?
Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely want to light a fire.
All right, Zaba, do a survival check, but I'm going to assume Uda ought to help, so go ahead and roll with advantage.
Yay!
To be fair, I think like the fire starter would, or like the tinder thing, it should be an advantage anyways, but 13. 13's enough to get the fire going. You get it, and it kind of, the smoke starts rising up a little bit, and you do notice that there is like a breeze for a second, but the fire stays, but you watch as that little bit of smoke that's already starting to form, and this like kind of like rotten wood, kind of like it's sucked up the chimney strangely, but then it kind of settles. But you both would have heard the like something breathing deep.
That was odd.
Uda, I would like you to
Yeah.
roll a persuasion check at advantage. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut to your RP.
A persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Who am I persuading? What?
It's for me to know.
Oh, trying to persuade someone.
No, you're in the
Okay.
party.
At advantage, you said?
Yep.
How do I? Oh, there we go. Hey.
Okay. Continue. But there's now a fire going.
I don't know. It's just a magical hearth.
We saw a chimney outside, right? Like this is a real fireplace with a real chimney.
Real fireplace, real chimney. And there's multiple chimney stacks, so you assume that perhaps there's some more like hearths upstairs in the upper floors.
Okay. I want to try something. If no one, would anyone object to me sprinkling some of this ash on the fire we just made?
I'm up for you trying it.
So
So
I'm not going to touch the stuff because I don't trust it, but I'll use the shovel again and shovel a little bit, just a little bit. I just want to kind of sprinkle it over the fire, just not trying to put the fire out, but I just want to see what happens if I just sprinkle a little bit of that ash over top of the fire.
Yeah, if you just take like a little bit, you can like shift it over it. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay. Yeah, I believe perhaps whatever caused this issue was not this ash, but something else that's no longer here.
Maybe it moved to the other fireplace.
I say we
Light all the fireplaces.
explore. Yes. Let's
Warm
explore.
this place up. Give it atmosphere. Take this damp cold out of the air.
You guys tell me what you just want to kind of poke into, essentially, where you're moving around.
I think. Well, I want to look around all of this, before we go upstairs. But I think we upstairs, if that's where we believe there might be other fireplaces, unless we think there might be one in the basement, I would be okay with going there first.
As you guys,
One in the
Core,
kitchen.
yeah, Core does call out that there's a fireplace in the kitchen,
Oh yeah, of course. What happened?
and also she points out the hatch to the basement.
Yeah, you get that one lit. I'll just stay here and keep an eye on things. Graf will just grab one of the few
Oh, shit.
still good stools and sit at the bar.
I grab some of the junk wood, fill it up.
All right, Zaba, I'd like you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Alrighty.
That's Zaba. I said Zaba.
Oh, wrong one. Well, too bad I don't get it.
All right, you go down, and there's like a lot of ashes in there. So as you bend down to begin trying to start it, you are covered in ashes. There's like almost like a gust of wind blows all the ashes all over you, and you hear, "Not welcome here."
Thank you for welcoming us here.
Oh, great
That's
place
just
to
Zaba,
haunt it.
unfortunately. Yeah, but Zaba like hears all of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wonderful. This place is haunted. I knew Volo had something up his sleeve.
What were you said you were doing, Graf? I
I
apologize. You feel like you said something. My brain's already forgotten what you said you were doing.
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just said, Graf would call out, all right, you go light that fire. I'll just stay here and keep an eye on things. Because he just grabs, like,
Roll an
a
investigation
stool
check.
that's mostly still in good shape and sits at the bar.
Yeah, roll an investigation check, Graf.
Investigation. 15.
15. As you kind of like settle in at the bar while everyone's kind of walking around, you do see like a fine, like you kind of peek behind the counter. There is a bottle of something back there.
Ooh. Grab.
You grab it, and it seems to be a bottle of wine. It was like it was nestled in there, but you saw its little cork sticking out, and it looks like it's unopened.
Ooh. Alrighty. Already found this place is starting to pay for itself.
And right
Is-
after he says that, I want to waltz in and
Yeah.
jump onto the bar.
Yeah, covered in dust at the moment, or ashes, I should say.
Yeah. Covered in ash. I jump onto the bar and I start kind of just slowly pacing across it. And I explain to everyone, my friends, this place is haunted. Apparently Volo thought it would be a good deal. It's overvalued.
Didn't he tell
There's
us
a
about
reason
that
this-
though?
There must be a reason this place is abandoned. And some really weird shit just went down at the fireplace. Says a wind said we're not welcome here.
Yeah. It's too bad that we are the owners, innit?
Well, do you know anything about casting out ghosts?
I know that, no, Fancy Schmancy Spectre, can override the legal system, and we got the deed right here.
Would you like to go light a fire in the kitchen?
Hey, give me your tinderbox. Let me take a look, see.
I toss it to him.
Oh, accidentally grabbed Zaba there.
Hands to yourself. You see all this
grab
yeah,
it.
stuff that was there. All right, go ahead and roll a survival check.
Survival. 5.
All right, like you roll a dexterity saving throw.
Nat 20 for a total of 20.
20. So there is, as you try and light the fire, there is like this, and like the little flame you get going gets like sucked out, like all the air got sucked out of the fireplace. But then like a piece of the fireplace, like I like how it's like shows like that kind of red brick look. Like one of the bricks like falls off on the ground, hitting the ground next to you. You're not welcome.
Hi, and Mary, go fuck yourself to you too. This is our place now.
You hear like a weird kind of almost rumble, growly, voicey thing coming from the fireplace, and then it fades.
Might I cast a spell?
You might.
All right.
Counterspell.
Starry Wisp.
Counterspell. All right. Dodge a light creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack at the target and hit the target. Yeah, so what are you aiming at?
I'm gonna aim like in the pile of ashes. I think is my goal.
Okay. You hit like a piece of the wood that's in the middle of the ashes, and it kind of like shatters, but the little pieces that shatter are now glowing with that little bit of light. And from behind you, on the other side of the room, you hear, "It's closing time."
Okay. When you said that, my immediate thought was, that sounds like it's time to roll initiative.
Nothing.
It made
happens,
me
though.
think of the song.
No, I was like,
Yeah, I thought of this song.
I was like, half the people's group's mind are probably going, closing time.
It's like, oh no, this bar is from the 90s.
It's that old.
How about you show yourself? Then we can evict you proper.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasione. Phenomena. And that's a 7.
You don't hear a response, but now you like are listening for things, and what sound like the creaking of the old house, you like listen, and it almost sounds like something's walking on the floor above you. And walks across through like it's like on the upper floor, and footsteps fade.
Graf rejoins the rest of the group. Hey, so it sounds like there's someone up in the upstairs area trying to play a prank on us.
Someone's up there.
Hey, I just heard
ghost.
footsteps.
Ghost.
I'm still standing
know
at the
if-
bar.
We should leave this fire unattended. We're gonna go upstairs. We don't want to burn the place down the first day we have it.
Yeah, given how it looks, it might be an improvement.
You can stay here and watch with the ghost if you want, by yourself.
Oh,
No,
you
I'm
kidding?
confused. I thought the ghost was upstairs.
Well, he's in the fireplace too. He's everywhere.
And you hear a sweeping voice go from like one end of the room and across like a wind. I am everywhere.
Right, if you were everywhere, then why is it that we only ever heard you once we stepped foot inside? You're bound to the confines of this building now, ain't you? Which means we'll find you. And when we do, you'll wish that you left of your own accord.
You're being
Well, maybe we should
semantic. I am everywhere in this building, obviously. That was in character.
Well, if we delete the building, he can't be anywhere, can he? How would you like that, Ghost? What if we delete the building?
I would say, let's call for you and your self.
He would say what?
Last call for your soul. Cough, cough, cough.
Oh, last call for myself.
I heard "let's go" for.
No.
Like, how would you like?
What?
How would
I
you
like-
like it if we deleted this thing?
I
Let's
wish you guys
go!
asked that in
Let's
character.
go play football.
Alrighty, well,
It's about high time we exercise this ghost.
hey, so let's just get upstairs, kick its spectral arse, and get to getting.
Get to cleaning.
All right. I'll just assume you all move upstairs together.
Yeah.
I'll just take you guys real
Yeah.
quick. All right. Whoop.
Ooh,
Second floor.
sexy. A den. There's a den.
Joe, look at that. Another fireplace.
What's 2 fireplaces with 2 sides?
As you all kind of enter through after unlocking the door, whoever's like the last one in, slams shut aggressively behind you.
Of course it does. All right. I wish whatever this was would do what it wants to do.
Who wants to kick us out? Or eat
I'd
our
like-
soul?
I'd like it to try.
Oh, I will eat your souls. I'll do it real good. And I'll serve you to my ghost customers. Yes.
Do you? I'm gonna pull out my water skin. Do you
Well,
need a
that's not-
drink?
No, this is how I sound. That's how I sound.
There's an apothecary across the street.
I know about I know about that. No, I will eat your souls.
We could.
Be gone.
Dude, our cool robot, but our cool ghost butler.
Now listen, we own this place now, and if he's gonna stay here, then
We own him.
he's gonna have to.
You own nothing that I say you don't know.
Well, you can stay. It's just you gotta, you're gonna have to pay rent, and just
You
stay
have to
permanent,
pay
and
rent. This is my
It's-
home.
probably gonna have to charge you a vig. But
I'd like you to roll a persuasion check. $19.
19.
You say you're charging rent? Are you turning this into an inn?
We haven't really come around to what we were gonna do with the place yet, but
A business. When he says business, you all like, it's almost like they are whispering in your ears. Like a chill down your spine.
Instead of paying rent, how about you just be our butler?
How about you be my breakfast? And the doors like open and slam in that room.
Alright, dude, that's real cool. You can slam doors and move bricks, but I don't think you can do anything. But what we can
Could
do is
you
send you into the
deliver-
void. I
Could you
say,
deliver some ale to table 3?
you're our butler unless you want to go to the void.
Udana, roll a persuasion check.
Oh, nice. Holy crap.
Delivering dreams. Are you starting a tavern?
As my friend As already stated, we do not know what we are going to do.
You
Do you
better
have
make up your mind.
What did he say?
Better make up your minds. But go ahead and say what you're saying, though.
Do you have any input on what you think we should do with this place?
Maybe, but I would eat your souls first. You should know this place has a rich history. Used to be the finest tavern in the North Ward. A beacon to the people. A fine establishment.
Hmm.
You should do a tavern. If not,
Well.
you'd be badly mistaken.
I mean, if it was so great, why did it close down?
Why do you think?
Because you showed up?
Oh, try again.
Let me guess, you were with the former owner, and then business went to shite, and now you're stuck here by guilt?
You all hear like a quiet voice. This was my life's work.
I gotta turn down the music.
I'd have to.
I can't hear you.
I'm gonna
Say,
talk.
this is my life's work?
I'm gonna talk even quieter now. This is my life's work.
Well, would you not like to see us restore it to its former splendor?
But you don't know what you're doing!
Well, it's a good thing that we have you here to assist us.
What do
Yeah.
you want us to do?
I would like you all to choose one person to roll a persuasion check at advantage.
Not me.
I'm +2.
Yay!
Hills.
I think I'm +3.
For persuasion, I am net 0.
How about Zaba roll 1 and Graf roll 1? Or not yet. Not Graf, Hillshire.
Hill-
You both just roll once.
At advantage?
No,
Or
not
just one?
advantage. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just once, yeah. You truly want to revitalize this place? Make it a shining home of prosperity, a finely run business running a tight ship.
Yes.
Urada knows how to run a tight ship.
Oh, you have restaurant experience?
No, I have ship experience.
Oh, a pun.
He's very clever.
You may stay for now. What connection do you have to that Volo fellow? He claimed to own this place.
Personally, I tolerate him because he has provided us a means to make a living.
We had a
Yay.
brief business with him, but that's it.
Candace signed over the deed to us this morning.
Yeah, it's ours now. And yours.
Let me see
Aye,
the
that
deed.
pauper decided to hire us for a job and then wouldn't pay us in coin, so he paid us in the deed.
Let me see the deed. Hold it out.
Cora, can you oblige him?
Sure. Unfurls it. Oh, how about that?
We could call this place Le Baratier.
A what?
Baratier.
Spell that. I have no idea what you're saying. Are you speaking Goblin?
Yes.
I don't speak Goblin. Above table, what is that? I have no idea.
It's a French name. It's probably a French word. Let me see. Translate. But it's a restaurant from One Piece.
Oh.
Hey Nate.
Yes,
Since
sir.
I was not in Roll20 at the time that you showed this, could you help me understand where this is located in Waterdeep?
Yeah. Yeah. You're in the North Ward. I think your tokens are kind of or I didn't get everyone's up there. Let me just do
Hold
that.
on, I'm gonna zoom out so I can see where. Okay, I see the
Yeah,
North
the very
Ward.
north end. Yeah. You can see Troll Skull Alley is now labeled and where all your
Okay,
tokens
I see
are.
it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mhm.
That helps a lot.
Well, that's perhaps a name. What are your names?
Stop.
I am Tayagu Udarax.
Okay.
Hillshire?
Right.
Hey, you can call me Graf.
Right.
And this is our friend Cora.
Nice to meet you.
He only has half of a face.
What happened to your? No, she's not here once. So
Full backstory explanation.
Well, it all started when I was a child, and then the man with the mask carved my face.
What's your name?
Leaf.
Leafs.
I thought we were past that point already.
No, my name is Leaf. Leaf Volsky. And then, like, you do see now a spectral figure kind of come up out of the rise up out of the floor and in front of you, and it's an elvish looking gentleman and very like cleanly dressed, like a proper jacket all buttoned up, and my name is Leaf Volsky. I hope you don't mind if I don't use that voice anymore.
Oh, not at all.
Leafs Lounge.
Leaf Lounge. Is that what you want to name the place? Leaf's Lounge has a nice ring to it. We're getting too far ahead of yourself. Maybe
you even
proper
leaf, bro?
introduce myself. I am Leaf
Huh.
Volsky, the former owner and proprietor of the Troll Skull Manor Tavern.
Well, what happened here, Leaf?
I died.
See that?
Heart attack. I indulged too much on the sweets and the alcohol that we served here, to my undoing. This was my pride and joy. It was a beautiful place.
Why did no one buy it after you?
No one was worthy of it. No one
Drove
was.
everyone out.
I did. I gotta admit I was pretty good with that voice, wasn't I?
Yes.
And I could
It's
fight you if I
terrifying.
really wanted to. I really could. I almost
Yeah,
got one
we
of you with a
could
brick
really-
earlier.
Perhaps in all this time since your death, you have learned to be more open-minded.
No, not really. You all
Well,
just
you are
seem.
speaking to us and considering.
Maybe this is my
Um,
moment. I saw what you did to the fireplace. I apologize if I cannot say your name.
You can call me Udada.
Uda Ada. You had a caring hand, unlike that Verlo fellow who came in earlier in the last few weeks. And there's a bit of truthfulness to your voices that you might want to turn this into something worthwhile, I hope. Something to be proud of, I hope.
Oh, of course. Well, if you can throw bricks, you can probably lift garbage and move it, right?
We can discuss roles here at some point. Just know that I am taking at your word that you would like to turn my home, no matter what piece of paper that you have, into a place of prestige. I will hold you to your word. May this be a shining beacon of business through all of Waterdeep and the Sword Coast. If you go along that aim, I will assist you.
That is our aim. I hope we all make lots of money. Not that money's worth much to you anymore.
No, but the honor is. All right, so how much capital are we working with? How many dragons do we have to put into the place?
Well,
At the
right,
moment, not much.
right now, we might have.
No,
I don't
we'll
know.
have more later tonight.
Yeah, later tonight we'll have more. A lot.
And I have much skill that could help to renovate this establishment.
Do you now? You know your way around some wood tools? Are you a plumber? Are you a roofer? Or do you work for one of the guilds?
I am a sailor, and I learned to
Oh, yes.
take care of a ship in many ways that would be similar to taking care of a building.
One moment, please. Mm. Sorry, I'm looking for something real quick. Where is it at? Sorry, I had some information for this, and I had it earlier. Now I'm like, where is it? This one? Ah, there it is. Yes, we should be able to use you practically as a handyman, but we will need to get proper paperwork. We have to get proper permits from the different guilds. But if you have no capital, then there's no path forward. She
You
needs a
keep
lot
forgetting the word yet.
Yeah.
Tonight we will have capital.
Very well.
Given the condition of this place, I think the most important capital at the moment is some elbow grease.
And a
Okay.
desire to see improvement.
The proper way to go about it would be for you all to clean up any rooms that you would call your own privates. Understand, I do everything above board here at the Trollskull Manor. But for all the business rooms, we'll need to get proper permits and proper guild representation for those sides of things.
Well, we haven't even explored the entire
Yes, you haven't.
building yet. I think we should do that.
You should. I apologize for the voice. I do try to scare away the vagrants and such who try and sneak in from time to time. Sometimes successfully, sometimes not. And he does give you a very, maybe uncomfortable smile. And I can defend the place if need be. Not all
That may come in
vagrants.
handy.
Yes,
I assume you can help clean up too.
I can. Let me properly introduce myself again. I am Leaf, at your service. Welcome to the Trollskull Manor. The new owners of the deed.
We might want to change the name though.
What was the name of it? I've heard it, but
Trollskull Manor was the old name for it. It was a part of the gimmick. We had a giant troll skull which has been destroyed. So it's more of a historical name now. Trollskull Alley is even the namesake. But you will be the owners if you find a better business decision for the name. I'm all ears. All right. All right, let me take you around. Come along. Let's take a look at everything.
I've already got ideas.
Ooh, let me. Wait, just get to.
Saloon.
Tell me your dreams. Tell me your dreams. Tell me your ideas. Let's see what we have to work on for you. And so now this Spectre, this elven gentlemanly former business owner of the Trollskull, is now showing you guys around, answering questions as you move through the spaces. See all the extra bedrooms, spare rooms, the den, right? I'm just going to move you guys over to the 3rd floor. There's a privy up there. Oh, this used to be the former library and study for my own personal usage, but I would allow it to be open to everyone involved. But if you have other ideas for it, et cetera, et cetera. And he's like, this used to be my room and one of my favorite. And he shows you this room to the north because that one has the door to the turret, the little tower. There's a ladder that goes all the way up. And eventually bring you all the way up to the attic on the eastern side of the map. And there is attic storage, and there's even a bedroom up here. And then you can see where you can access this room that's all isolated on the east side. And eventually he even takes you all the way down to the basement, which used to be the wine cellar and all the other alcohol and some goods that needed to be kept in a colder environment, just using Zaba to kind of drag all the way on the west side of the map. You'll see the basement.
Oh, it's small.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not going to be a living space. That will need to be.
Yeah, it is proper storage. It was you see the old wine cellars and such. Should we do some
Some
real
more
quick?
sacks.
I would be perfectly happy in the spare, the small room on the 2nd floor.
Yeah, if you guys want to start
Please
claiming
tell me.
rooms, I would do it. We can write on the map.
I would also recommend that perhaps Hillshire or somebody with some ranged ability perhaps have this room, as they would have access to the turret should it need to be defended.
Ping, what room you were thinking of, Udata?
I was on the 2nd floor, the little tiny spare room. I don't need anything.
This one, the spare room right here.
The little one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need much at all. I would be perfectly happy with that.
I'm just putting names on stuff for obviously people can negotiate, but
right. If
just for
somebody has a different plan, but I don't need much space at all.
Why don't we just all stay in one room and then we can rent out the others?
Interesting. Maybe
that is the smart decision.
then I would argue that this would be, even though it's a smaller room, it does give us access to the turret.
Well,
I
it-
don't know you guys 3 ways from Sunday. I'd rather have my own private space at least.
I'm going to
You know
assume
what, if
Cora
we-
wants a private space too. I'm not going to RP it out, but I'm going to assume she does, and she would mention that herself.
Okay. Then if we're gonna take up more rooms, and realistically, I mean, this place just has to break even. We're not, you know, we're gonna be out adventuring. So
You know what? If you're gonna insist that we have that room, then I'm at least gonna make the turret area my own bedroom. Take that higher floor. It's a nice place to look. No, I don't need the room. I need the turret.
I mean,
Set
we
up
could.
up here. Have a
The weird thing for you, Graph, is like if someone's using that bedroom, this is just you seeing the logistics. It's one of those like you have to walk through their bedroom to get to your bedroom kind of thing. I have no problem with that, but I'm just pointing out the lay of the land.
but
I'm used to living on a ship. We can stack bunk beds in here, and everybody can sleep in here. I don't have a problem with that at all.
Zava, Hillshire, where are you guys vibing? Is there even enough rooms to go around? I'm looking at it.
I mean, I was figuring the attic bedroom up here.
So we're not. All right. I feel like
Well-
that's a lot of money we're throwing away for some privacy.
Well, how about this, Hishar? You and I split the bedroom next to the ladder.
Do you think that 6 copper a night times 5 rooms is gonna matter to us? If we were able to earn what we earned in one night in the sewer?
I'm just trying to think ahead. Trying to
If-
angle out a.
We did
You can go
have
ahead.
some fine rooms here in the past. They were themed of the elegant
Instead of
sorts.
seeing this as a
Well, how
as
about
a-
this? We all split the profits from the drinks and the food and whatnot, but we each have the option of either renting our room out individually or staying in it.
I was going to say, instead of thinking of this as a revenue producing place where we sleep, think of it as a place that we sleep where we happen to have a business that helps to pay the cost for taxes and maintenance and repair and such.
Admittedly, the rooms up here were a little bit more of a cherry on top of what we would gather from profits. Most of the business went through downstairs in the tavern. Food and wine and beverages. Entertainment. Occasionally someone could rent out the top rooms at a premium, but usually someone of high standing that we could trust to be unattended, where me and some of the other employees might have had some of our rooms. I did give Cora the master bedroom and private bath since no one was really fighting over it.
Yep. That library study could be turned into a room.
True too. Very true. Yep.
And again, I'd be willing to bunk with somebody in there, and then maybe we just take up that floor, and then the second floor we could rent out.
Well, I think it's definitely worth keeping the turret room.
Yeah, and realistically, between the attic has a bedroom and a big storage area that's really bigger than any of the bedrooms, or at least as big as the biggest bedroom. So if those that don't care about sharing a room, we could all just get in the attic, and there would still be plenty of rooms to rent out.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I like the idea that you're all discussing, like, well, we could bunk up still, or maybe this and this and this. But as you guys are talking, Graph has dragged the most serviceable cot he can find so far. That's like barely held together, but still serviceable. He's like dragging it into the turret room. He's like moving furniture into it already.
I thank the gods that I'm as small as I am, but I would really not have enough leg space.
So, the turret is on both floors. Is there
So it's technically on the
really
second
two
floor.
different rooms?
It's
Okay.
technically on the second floor. So I like to think there's this one here on the second floor, and then there's an upper one on the third floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, you can
technically it's
see
two
here
different
that there's
Yeah.
the hatch that goes
Right,
to the
right.
ladder that's right there.
So
So
we could technically have 6 ranged bodies firing.
Are you? Leaf speaks up. He's like, "Are you expecting to turn this into a fortress?"
Well, you never know.
I think
He does like, because he does say like, well, crazy things have happened in Waterdeep, as in the just so I like to point this out because it was in the original OG description. There's literally these towering quote unquote statues that are in the city in random spots in these very various poses. And historically, they were literally attacking the city of Waterdeep at one point, and then they got deactivated, and now they're just there. So he's like, yeah, sometimes giant statues come to life or attack the city, So he's like, yeah, it's practical.
Yeah, well, what I intend is to keep the residents of this building safe, and with the guilds and their wars, who knows what sort of mayhem may erupt around here. To be able to defend our perimeter is key, paramount.
I agree. I used to have higher services for security, but it sounds like you'll be able to cut costs on that for yourselves, assuming you'll be here on the regular. Hillshire and Zaba, I think you guys are the only ones that haven't really laid a claim. Do you want to share that room? Zaba, you want to go back to the
I mean,
attic?
This room. I want this
If
room, but I don't want to share it. I don't mind sharing.
I mean, if we're all getting private rooms, then I'm not going to be the one that doesn't have a private room.
We got the attic up here.
guess I'll,
Tour the library. Oh yeah, you can always do that one too. Yeah, next to Udada.
Which one's that? Oh, about down on the floor below. Yeah. That way we
Actually-
would have people on each floor, which isn't a bad idea. I mean, technically there's still nobody in the attic, but
Yeah, technically, Graph.
Is the height of the attic.
well, he's the height of the attic, but you'll notice they don't connect. The attic
Yeah.
third is from So
There's no window in the attic either.
There's a window.
yeah,
Does have a
there are no windows in the attic.
there's one in the picture, but it's not showing on the map. Which the one in the picture looks like.
Yeah,
it,
I feel like in the attic, typically attics don't have them. They might have like tiny little ventilation shafts or something like that. I'm gonna assume there's not an official like full size.
I see
window
a
in the attic.
dormer. That doesn't necessarily mean there's a window.
I'm gonna go by the map and just say that there's not an actual proper window up there.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think anybody necessarily wants to be someplace. Then again, I don't think my room has. Oh, I have like a whole balcony. Cool.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
you do.
notice that. And a window. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, cool. I'm glad I grabbed this little tiny room.
if nobody's gonna take the attic bedroom, Graph is gonna take that and
I could always build some kind of a connector and maybe even put in a window if it's something that you would like. Once we have, what was Leaf's terminology? Capital.
I'm just making a joke, Riley.
I actually was going to continue with Graph will just lay claim to the entire attic.
Well, if no
Like
one
he's
wants
gonna-
this. Well, no one wants this.
I think
No one wants this. I'll take it. I'll take both private
take all of
baths.
that. Take this and I'll take that.
Do you want to officially move out of the turret and just leave that for like a general usage?
I think that makes
Slash-
That makes
sense
more
because
Yeah.
it is through Zaba's bedroom, so
Yeah.
it as far as livability, it would be nice to not have to go through somebody else's bedroom to get to your own.
Graph, roll an
Well, let's just
investigation
share
check.
it. Let's
And-
just share it. And
Roll it what?
Investigation check.
Investigation.
Well,
6.
Nothing.
Also, the worst part with the attic thing is remembering in real life the old warehouse where the bathroom was downstairs, but we all worked upstairs.
Oh, IRL job thing.
Yeah.
You gotta go in the middle of the night. It's gonna be a fun walk down the stairs.
It's a lot of stairs.
Still haven't checked out the cellar.
Technically, we did.
Yeah.
I assumed he took you on a full tour, so you would have saw that
It's
it was like a
literally a
wine cellar
cellar.
and ale cellar. It's on the west side of the Roll20 screen.
It's very small, and it's just
No secret doors that connect to the sewers. Nothing like that.
Roll investigation check.
dun dun dun. Leaf, are you here?
13.
Yes, I am. Though I never had anything
there-
installed like that, unfortunately.
I was gonna say, are there any other secrets, whether it's, you know, tunnels or doors or hidden objects that you're aware of that you would be willing to make known to us?
I used to have a secret drawer in the library and study in one of the desks.
Is there still even a desk in there?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say like one piece of furniture
sweet.
that's still like maybe there's like this fine roll top desk that's still in actually
Oh,
decent
I
condition.
totally going to find this secret door in this desk.
Okay, yeah. That Leaf's like, what
So-
are you doing? He's like watching, like he's like out of curiosity, seeing if he can figure it out. Roll investigation check, Uda.
Sure.
Like he's not telling you where it is, and now you have to find it, right?
Now I have to find it.
So he's
At
like
least
watching you
knowing
try to
that-
do the
knowing
puzzle.
That it is there? Can I argue for advantage?
Yeah. I like that. I like
Okay.
that for sure. Yeah. For sure.
I love the
Knowing it's
idea
there
that he
somewhere.
is just lying
Sorry,
to
say it.
you, and so
Well, there wasn't a secret door, but after you've broken that drawer off, now they're not. Now 1%. So there's like a main, almost like filing cabinet, and usually like it seems like it's normally locked, but in this case it's not locked. So you just like open it up, and you fiddled with a lot of it, but then you reach in the back and you do feel like a little release, and then that drawer completely comes out, and there's like 3 hidden drawers behind that drawer.
Are they locked or anything?
Oh, just don't look inside
Leaf,
of that.
are there-
No, there's nothing of importance in any of that.
Are there any traps or anything on them?
Oh yes, there's some very dangerous traps. Very dangerous.
Absolutely, I'm opening them up.
No, please don't. And you find a smut.
I want to find his porn stash.
Yeah, you find a smut 100%.
Nice. Play goblin.
But you do also find 50 gold.
Ooh. Sweet.
You found my emergency.
Do we
spell.
have a party loot something somewhere, or am I just adding this to my?
I have a thread in the Dragon Heist General chat.
Yeah, I don't. Have you guys? Yeah, you haven't really. No, I don't think anyone's made a definitive decision if you're just like, we just split it up when we get it, or if there's like a party cash box. It seems like you're splitting everything up as you're getting it fundamentally, right?
I think we were just giving it to Cora.
Yeah, and I'm totally okay with that. But I don't know where the thread is. But there it is. Fat loot.
Fat.
yes,
Hey, you just added it. Cool. Just so you guys know, Uda doesn't need anything that isn't going to be more likely something he's going to find or something. So
Love it. So Cora's
Okay.
technically your treasurer. That's like good for me to know. But we can also confirm that with Lauren too later.
It-
Excellent.
just making sure everybody knows where the Fat Loot channel is. Trying to think of. I'm gonna do strike through for stuff that's been distributed.
when was that distributed?
That was something that I keep forgetting her name. The
Yagra.
half orc lady.
Mhm.
Can
Yagra.
it actually
Yagra.
get distributed, or am I supposed to
I was
be
gonna
adding
say I
it?
don't remember adding any gold to my.
Yeah, I don't
Ah,
think
well-
I don't think you guys actually distributed that at any point. Or if you did, not
Okay,
everyone's
I know
credit.
I added it to mine because it's something that we got like actually paid up front.
Mm-hmm.
So
what did we do? Divide it by 5 or something?
Yeah, it's just going to be 20 gold per person
Okay.
for the 100
I
gold
can add-
we've actually been given.
I can add 20 gold real easy. Not that, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
not,
haven't-
not that Uda really cares, but
I was curious about the wine cellar. When I went down here, I see all this, all these broken barrels.
Mhm.
But are there any barrels that are not broken? Maybe there's some spirits
yeah.
that have been baking for. And I shout, "Hey, Leaf! How long have you been haunting this place?"
They may seem ancient and only for about 3 or 4 years. Time's a bit of an illusion here, but 4 years they've been dead. Roll investigation check as he's like down there floating with you. 12. You don't make like some sort of grand discovery, but you do find 2 good bottles of ale in the ale cellar.
Nice. I bring them up.
Yeah, so shall we like move the scene forward that you've all kind of made your claims and are now like regathering in the bottom floor to kind of talk about next plans and stuff like that? Is that okay for me to assume?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Just so you know, it's going to need a lot of work. I haven't, personally, I've gone about getting any quotes or anything of that sort, but we're going to need a lot of capital to get this place up and running, business side at the very least. So I hope you're getting paid well for your jobs and work.
Just gonna say, I guess we had better get to work then, hadn't we?
I know you're adventuring type, you all do manage to rake in good gold, so hopefully you can get enough that get a good foundation going. You all seem genuine, and I would like to give you all a genuine welcome. But know that please do not do anything dubious to my establishment. Ye are establishment. Cheers. And you just kid like lifts up like a spectral cup like he has one.
Hey, now hold on.
Cheers. And I take
Graph.
the bottle that I brought up and I pour everyone a drink with one bottle and then open the last bottle for myself and hold it up.
All right, well, Graf will hold on to the bottle of wine that he got, and
All right. So at this point, it's probably around noon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or like it's midday. Let's just say it's midday. Morning. You've been huffing around town, got here, had your interactions, and been poking around, or maybe 2 o'clock. It's a lot of exploring and getting to know the place. Sunset's when you're supposed to meet Yagra. So what would you all like to do next?
meet Yagra.
Well, it was a little bit of time before that. We should probably clean up a bit.
Okay. Do you want to start getting some elbow grease in?
Yeah.
Hey, I need to do something real quick. 1 second. This is the first time ever in a campaign I've actually have a calendar, and I'm actually keeping track of like where you are on the calendar. So I think it would be here. So it would be 4 days until High Harvest Tide there in Waterdeep. Okay. It is currently the 27th of Eliant. Eliant of the Water of the Forgotten Realms. If that matters enough. I do expect everyone to remember that, by the way. You all need to memorize the calendar and know the days of the weeks and everything like that. So get to it.
My dude, I barely remember the real world days of the week.
Please don't be sarcastic. Normally, I don't even matter because that's one of the easiest things. We're like, I want to immerse my players into this. And it's like, next Tuesday. It's like, when do we need to meet them? Next Tuesday. You just need to meet them next Tuesday. I don't care what the IRL world is, though, or the fantasy setting. But I'm trying to do it for my own funds and knowing where you are on the calendar, since there will be a lot of like probably time transitions, like a week later. All right, so it sounds like Zaba thinks you all should start doing a little bit of elbow grease into the space, and so it sounds like you're gonna.
Yeah.
Should you focus on the tavern side, business side, or do you want to focus on your rooms for this last few hours?
I would say if we're thinking of this as a residence that happens to have a business in it, then maybe we should worry about our living spaces and at least making sure they're secure so we can actually stay here and not worry about, bad stuff happening.
Yeah, fortunately, it seems like a lot of the locks on the doors are still serviceable, though the doors might need to be replaced in some cases. So, I'm not making Graf the leader, but he just was taking the lead on a lot of stuff. So I feel like he still has all the keys. But you're able to give like everyone you all find like, this is the key to your room. This is the key to your room, and so you kind of like pass those out in that way.
That would be like my priority would be, making sure that the exterior is as secure as possible, and then the doors to our rooms, and then we can start wherever anybody cares, but just to make sure that we have a secure place to like come and sleep and maybe keep stuff while we do other things.
I think there's just the one key for some of the downstairs doors. Well, I'll make sure to find a locksmith, and get some extras made.
You do know there is a metal worker in your neighborhood. You may be spotted on your way out. I'm just gonna drop you guys into the neighborhood view just for a little bit, as you're kind of just like getting a scope for things. I think I get a pretty good feel for that. You spend your next part of the day cleaning up your spaces, and if you're done with that, maybe you've started moving some things around downstairs, getting the obvious like destroyed furniture piles going. Like, this is definitely garbage. Maybe Udada, you're taking the lead on that. Like, this is good, that's salvageable, that's not. That's not.
And somebody with like some face skills could be out starting to build relationships with these guilds that we're going to end up having to work with to do stuff. Also, maybe we could work on bartering, like, hey, I can do this for you if you'll do this for us, kind of a thing, other places.
Yeah, so I have what is generally like, this is what it's going to cost to get it serviceable as a tavern. It is 1,000 gold to renovate over 12 days, and then 250 gold pieces for the licenses and contracts.
So 1,250 total.
Yeah, 1,250 total. The 250 needs to be paid up front. I'm going to post it. This is officially out of the book, so I'm not like... So like the contractors, right, will be paid over the 12 days, while the licenses need to be paid up front. So as you're kind of angling with, right, like if a face character wants to say, can I can I try and negotiate with the guilds or anything? Like, maybe we'll boil that down to like a persuasion check or intimidation if you're feeling frisky.
Once we get paid that additional 425 that we haven't been paid yet, we have 1,000 already.
Right. But it's more about for those who want to, if anybody wants to feel like they're the wheeler and dealers, getting a good deal, cut down on those costs.
Right.
There is room for saying like, hey, can I get in there and try and do a persuasion check? Hey, since I'm a carpenter, can I cut down on the cost? And I might have you do like a carpenter's check to see if like, oh yeah, you shaved off, with that good of a roll, you shaved off X amount of gold on what's needed to renovate.
Well, and I would, besides the carpentry, also I would argue, even though we're not like in the dock ward, this is still a port city. We could use like nets and ropes to like, do some of the stuff that we might do other ways. So I could do other things with that, I could also weave curtains and stuff. So yeah, I think we could reduce the cost just with and other people probably have some tool proficiencies as well that could help us reduce the cost of the action. And then if we got somebody with some face skills that could go help us reduce the cost of getting those permits and stuff, that would be cool.
Yeah, so we will do those kind of things, right? I think these couple hours on this day is more just getting situated and doing some general cleanup. And so if there's nothing anybody wants to mention, we'll jump you up to the meeting with Yagra at the Yawning Portal. Is that okay with everyone? Anyone have any comments or anything for the forum?
Yeah, I'm cool if we don't RP it just to keep things going quick, but Graf is going to go to Steam and Steel, meet with the blacksmith and see, hey, how much would it be to get a full set of these keys?
Go
One for
ahead
each
and
person.
roll a persuasion check.
Persuasione. 15.
15. Not a huge cost, but you've been striking yourself, even though you're not a charisma character, you've been trying your best to be a very like I'm your friends, hey, good people here. And so with a 15, it's not a huge expense on it, but the back and forth. He mentioned you're like, oh, maybe you like play into the Harvest Tide Festival coming up. Like, oh yeah, I've heard about the community. We just moved in and we're getting everything fixed up, and a good rapport going with them. They're actually very some unique figures. So let me just touch on who they are without having to RP it out too much. Steam and Steel. I believe these are Genasi. 2 Genasi fellows. Yeah, a fire Genasi, and he introduces himself as Embrick, and a water Genasi, and he introduces himself as AV. And so a good general conversation back and forth. And with a 15 roll, good terms. So what would probably cost like 5 silver to do all of them? Well, let's just say this: we'll shave off a gold of the 1,000. I know it's not a lot, right? But it's not exactly the heaviest side of everything. But you also have established a positive opener with the blacksmiths and metalworkers. So now 999 gold pieces on the wall. 999 gold pieces. Yeah, because now we're getting to the nuts and bolts of it. I'm probably going to have you guys select lifestyle expenses, and we'll start like trying. Hopefully it's automated after like at least clicking a long rest. But then we'll start like seeing how you guys upkeep. I think I posted in here too. You can get a glimpse of like if you get the business up and running completely. They're suggested as 50 gold pieces every 10 days a week, right? For maintenance and wages. And then 10 gold a week for other guild expenses. And that's just for like, as we like the Lamplighters Guild, the Poo Brigade. I don't remember what they're called, but there's like literally a guild for the waste removal. You're right. So that's kind of what you're looking forward to that way. But then your cost of your lifestyle will go on top of that. Like for instance, I think Cora did monitor, which is a gold, so like she's also doing another 10 gold a week.
Yeah, I just added you to make sure that you got the notes chat.
Oh yeah, I see it. All right. Anything else before getting to Yagra?
Oh, and what sort of profits would we expect?
That's a good question. I don't have the exact numbers for it. It gives rules, but it is very much, here's the business thing. Now go to the DMG, and after you roll your D100 and look at all that chapter. I haven't dived deep into that yet. Now that we're here, now I will. So I also want to look at it and then go maybe make changes. There's also the new Bastion rules, which is more for like, oh, you have a keep and you want to do things to your keep as an adventuring party HQ. But there might be some stuff in that we might be able to have as a fun additions. Like if someone wants a workshop, what is that addition? Like they have rules for doing additions and stuff to a quote unquote HQ essentially. So I kind of want to take a moment and look at all of that and then make sure I'm happy with what they give. There's also Acquisitions Incorporated, which was an adventure supplement that the whole gimmick was that you were like a business adventuring group. And so it has a lot of business rules. So there might be some other things in there to pull in that might work better. So I'll let you know. Okay. Anything else? To the only mortal.
To our money.
Oh.
To your money. Show me the money, money.
You don't have enough money, buddy.
All right, so you're all there. Doesn't take too. She's there. She does approach and meet with you all, and she does nod and trying to little discreetly hand you all over the. She just said, "I had to get it in platinum. I hope that's not an issue." And hand you over essentially a little bag that has 40 platinum in it, which equates to 400 gold pieces. So officially 40 platinum pieces. I was wondering if you all were interested in some more work. Have you, or maybe you have some more information? That Floon fellow and Volo. We're going to be investigating what happened there and getting our people in order. I know you had a working contract with Floon with Volo. Are you open for negotiation for a contract for this other fellow?
What other fellow?
There was another man captured by my people before the Xanathars got him. This Renard fellow. We obviously needed him. My people might be on it, but you've all been very useful. I was wondering if you're open to doing an investigation and grabbing them for me.
And who are your people again? The Grey Network?
Try not to talk too loud about it. And I'm assuming you're being tongue-in-cheek. We're the Black Network, the Centaurum.
Okay.
And who are we fetching?
I believe his name is Renard Neverember.
Are we walking this man to his execution?
I don't think execution. You're walking this man to having his eyes opened. I would like y'all to roll an insight check.
Insight. Net 20. 24 total.
24 total. See some 11s. So with a nat 20 graph, something, she mentioned like maybe her people are already on it. You get a sense like she might not be asking officially for the Zentarum, or on official business for them. She's more angling. You get the impression she's trying to make her own play within the Zentarum, and with a nat 20, she hasn't really stopped to ask if the Zentarum doing anything. She wants to be like, look what I did. I solved the problem. She's trying to take an opportunity here to do good and put on a good face, if that makes sense. So she's kind of acting independently to show off, make a good impression, build credit with her own organization. So you kind of pick up that she's angling mostly for herself and not the Zentarum completely. But yeah, so I know it's getting late. And just so you guys know, I know, especially without our West Coaster here. Who's your? Oh, funny enough, your token was on my screen, but it was hidden.
Oh.
But you're back.
Yeah, I just dropped Udada's token on there because I didn't see it anywhere. So I was like, maybe he should be here for this conversation.
I had him on the quote-unquote hidden later.
Well, stuff.
Yeah, you're all there, though. It's getting late, so I don't feel like I have to make decisions now, but I'm going to set it up for you, right? So Yagra is asking you to find the person that Volo's already also asked you to. Like you don't have a binding contract with Volo. You're more doing a favor for him, but hoping that Renar, a lord, might be grateful in his own way, and he might have a connection with the Lord's Alliance. So it's up to you if you want to RP into it right now, feeling groggy, but it's obviously a delicate situation at the moment.
Yeah, we'll discuss our heading.
All right. You know we pay good. You can bring us Renar Neverember. 700 gold. I'll leave you to discuss it. She gets up and walks away.
I was above table going to point out that she actually underpaid us by 25 gold if all she gave us was the 40 plat.
That's funny. I thought it was 100 up front, then 400 after. If you can correct me, if I was supposed to be 425, then she would give you an extra 25.
Yeah, my note says 425, and
I
I'm
believe
not
you.
looking to...
Yeah, I believe you. So she would have given you 4 platinum and 5 gold. Or no.
40.
42 platinum and 5 gold. There
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, she would not have shorted you though. That's definitely not the intent there. Good looking out.
Yeah. Why I've got the notes chat, the fat loot, and the end of session messages are for fun, but
yeah, Riley used to, in our old campaign, because I didn't do through Start Playing, because we're all like kind of local buddies, he would send me Venmo messages like for payment, and it mostly went to my wife first, and she doesn't play a lot of D&D, but Riley would send the funniest messages, so he's keeping up tradition by sending messages at the end of sessions. Thank you, Riley.
Yep. Which, speaking of, have you looked at that thread lately?
I actually haven't. I've forgotten you'd done a thread for it, so I need to go back and look at it. I will, though. All right. So this is for a few minutes for you guys if you want to start negotiating and talking about your plans ahead. But again, understandable if everyone's a little bit tapped out. It's your call. I'm not trying to kick you out. I just know you're all kind of groggy.
I'm driving to Kentucky tomorrow. So.
Okay.
The extra 10 minutes of sleep will definitely do you good.
Yeah. Yeah, 1%.
Actually, my wife's driving, but I have to work. So.
Yeah. Are you comfortable if we call it here then, everyone?
Yeah, I'm good.
East Coasters. Okay. All right. Well, or everyone else okay?
Yeah, I'm good to call it. I also think it would just be nicer to have
Lore and Cora here.
Everyone here
Yeah.
for the next one.
It's a very important decision. So, okay. We'll end it on that note then, boys and lady in the future. Hopefully she listens
So
to the
the
VOD.
question is, did we get 175 XP for roleplay today?
Oh, no, actually 100%. No, you're not wrong. I